Luka Doncic versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Today, we are going to get down to the bottom of which one of these point guards is the best point guard in the NBA. Shai has obviously elevated his games to astronomical levels. Luka has already been at that level, but now we got to decipher which one of these two is really better than the other. We'll get into that in a little bit. I'm here with my man Mars. This show is brought to you by PrizePicks, and we're going to have a good-ass episode today. But right from the top, we got a super chat from Oli. Oli said, 2 of your favorite jerseys of all time. One from your team and one from another team. For me, it's the Bulls classic black with the red pinstripes and the purple Mount Jazz jerseys. Those Jazz jerseys are heat. But Mars, what you got?
For the Rockets, you remember the white like pinstripe jersey they had in like the mid-90s with like it was the one Hakeem, Clyde, Barkley, and Pippen.
Blue stripes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that logo was heat too.
That's
it
my
actually had the rocket
Rockets
ship.
Jersey. Yeah, that's my favorite Rockets jersey. Favorite non-Rockets jersey, the purple Vince Carter Raptors one. That one is just iconic. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. We also got the Grizzlies from like
the Vancouver Grizzlies.
That's those jerseys. Yeah, those are my favorite. And my least favorite is like the silver Dallas Mavericks ones from like 2004. They were disgusting, but yeah, those are my favorite jerseys.
Yeah, I might have to go with the one that we wore in the 1996 NBA championship. I'm gonna have to go with that one. Favorite Sonics jersey. But not the light gold, not the light yellow. I'm talking about the actual gold. That gold, those jerseys. And then the Bulls jersey, he mentioned it. The Bulls jersey with the red pinstripes on the black, that one is elite. But I'm gonna have to go with one where I say it's almost like an alternate version of that. And it's with the Orlando Magic. When Penny and Shaq was running around with the black jerseys with the blue pinstripes, man, those are elite. Sure, you got a favorite jersey?
I always thought that the shoes always make it for me, because a jersey could be whack, but the shoes could just make it. It can make it so much better. Like them Spurs, the Spurs uniforms in 2001. Remember the joints that Vince Carter used to wear, the Nike Shocks. The black and white Nike Shocks made those uniforms, the black uniforms with the star on them, look so much better. So the Bulls jerseys, when they had the pinstripes, when Jay came out with the futuristic in 96 with the patent leather on the side, he made those look much better than they actually were.
What happened to jerseys?
That's a good question.
I'm usually like anti-nostalgia, like generally, because I feel like people do tend to overrate the past and stuff. Like, not because they're like trying to. I just think that's how nostalgia works.
Yeah.
But jerseys have just gotten so much worse.
Yeah, they have.
Like now, Rockets just say Rockets. Like back in the day, you used to have the designs. Like the Denver Nuggets used to have the mountain, not the mountain, like the skyline and stuff. The Jazz used to have like the Rocky. Like it was cool, and now it's like Jazz.
Like the Memphis jerseys. The Memphis jerseys yesterday. Get out of here. That was corny. That was straight corny.
Yeah, I don't like the jerseys these days. That's one thing that like I think it's disappointing. And like the logos on the courts and stuff. Like I feel like the presentation of the game is not as good as it used to be. That's
people getting lazy. Is that what it is? You think people getting lazy? They just expect us to hang around. We already on the hook anyway, so they just gonna give us anything, and it doesn't really matter. Because to your point, Mars, those Jazz jerseys, the not teal, but like a purplish blue with the mountains on them, with the mountains on the uniforms and on the drawers too. I was like, those were dope.
Those were insane, chill.
That was dope, Mars. That was dope, Mars. The Sonics jerseys with the what is that thing in Seattle? The
Space Needle.
The Space Needle. That was dope. Right that was that was dope. That was on that.
Okay,
I've been there too. You think I would know that, but that was dope. You think I would know that anyway. That's dope that was on that. But like today, there's really not a lot of imagination. Brooklyn's jerseys look like somebody just made those. Like you just made those in your house, say Brooklyn on it, with a white stripe down the side of them. Like, come on, man, you can do better than that. What is that?
I don't. That's one thing that I really don't like about like the NBA game today is the presentation of it. Just the jerseys, the courts, all of it. It just feels bland. That's the one major gripe I have.
Can we bring back the nicknames, Ron? Remember when they did the nicknames
The
on the back
nickname
of the
jerseys, like King James and stuff.
Mhm.
Yes, and Shuttlesworth on the back of Ray Allen jersey. Can we bring those back? That was dope.
I'm not gonna. I don't know why they've gone away from stuff like that. Like, there's no Christmas jerseys anymore.
No
Christmas jersey was heat. It really was.
I understand the All-Star. I understand the All-Star stuff. Like, you can't wear your own team's jersey because like it's confusing. Like, I understand what they're saying, but at the same time, that was cool. Like in the All-Star game, seeing everyone wearing their own jerseys. Like, I'm not.
But they kind of got away from the reason why they got back. The reason why I think they went to their own jerseys is because they kind of fell out of the style. But then they went back to it, and then they I remember in 2015 with the All-Star jerseys when the game was in New York. Like, I thought those uniforms were dope with the maroon and the white, and with the one that I remember Russell Westbrook had it on. I thought that was dope with the All-Star and the city sideline and the city skyline on it. I thought that was dope, right? But I feel like they kind of get a little bit lazy with the graphics, and they just think we're gonna go for anything. Oh man, like I was in the Nike outlet a couple of days ago. I saw a pair of Lukas, garbage. Trash. Trash, Ron. I ain't wearing those. I'm not wearing those. No.
Damn. So I guess when we do this Luka versus SGA and we do the drip department or aura department, I guess that's an automatic loss for Luka. But I do want to say, like, first off, we're never gonna get the All-Star jerseys where they go back to wearing their original jerseys. Like, let's say John Morant wearing his Grizzlies jersey, Shai wearing his Thunder. That's never going to happen because they want to sell jerseys. So they have to give you an All-Star jersey to buy for that specific player. So they're always going to come out with All-Star jerseys from here on out because that's a money grab. But I mean, it's just like the Christmas jerseys, like that was such an easy lift. Now they got the city edition jerseys now, city uniforms, but those are, I don't know. It doesn't hit the same as, those 90s, early 2000s jerseys.
One time, I think nostalgia's right.
But I do want to give you guys this. Speaking of jerseys and All-Star jerseys, have you guys seen the leak, the supposed leak of the All-Star jerseys?
No. This is gonna be news to me.
Well, 2025 NBA All-Star Game in San Francisco. Y'all, these are what the jerseys are supposed to look like. Let me zoom in for you. How we feeling about these? Now, remember, it's 4 teams.
Right.
So these are the different colorways and the jerseys of the 4 teams.
I think the blue one is solid.
This blue one or this blue one?
The light one. The light one. I think the light one is. I think both blue ones are probably the best ones.
I think those are. I like the design on the side. Yes, I'm feeling those. Yeah, with the stripes, I'm feeling those. Yes.
Yeah, the blue ones are probably the best ones.
There's some originality with that. Yeah, I like it. No. Yeah, I'm feeling that, Ron.
It's okay. It's okay.
Chat, y'all like it? It's okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
It's okay. The chat doesn't really seem to like them.
I wouldn't put them bad. Sorry.
The stripes with the dark blue one, I like that one. The stripe with the different colors in it. She like a 7, Ron. You put some makeup on her and turn her into you turn her into like a 9.5. You put some, but take that off and
I don't know about 9.5.
She would like a 6.
Yeah, I mean, she like a 6 that look like a 7.5. That's what I was saying.
I like them red ones. Kind of remind me of the Miami Heat jerseys. That's kind of what the Miami Heat
remind me of the Trailblazers. But yeah, if I were to rank them, because we rank everything these days, the light blue's the best, the dark blue's the second best, the white is the third best, and I think the red is the worst. I'm gonna start the dark blue. I'm gonna bench the light. I'm gonna bench the teal. I'm putting the red on the 10-day, and I'm cutting the white.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going left to right.
Damn, you think the light blue's the worst one?
It's throwing me off because it's like you got red, white, and blue, and the red, white, and blue for those jerseys all go with each other. It's all consistent. It all goes with the American flag. It all goes with that traditional just NBA red, white, and blue.
Right.
And then you just throw in this teal, light blue, whatever. It just, I don't know. It's just not. It doesn't fit in. I mean, when you look at it just by itself, it's like, all right, if they would have just went with that one, and now keep in mind they got 4 teams, so they can't do this, I guess. But if they would have just went with that one, and let's say like a white jersey that's flipped around with that blue, I could be like, all right, I see, but it just,
so
I don't know. It
just
just seems like
it's an outcast. That's what you just think it's an outcast. Understandable. I get it. Understandable.
You know what I would like for him to do though as well? I would like for them to theme the All-Star jerseys around the city that the All-Star game's in. I think that'll also make it a little more.
So like rip up the jerseys to give the homeless vibe of San Francisco.
Troll alert! Troll alert! I was about to ask you.
I'm just asking. I wanted to know
you,
like where you.
Hey, Morris, they gonna make.
So Mars, what we doing in New York is we're gonna make the jerseys like yellow because it's piss everywhere. Is that what we doing in New York?
Yeah, you put like a rat on the jersey or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like that's what. Okay, I was just trying to see like where your head was at.
Yeah, it's in San Francisco. You know how they have the warm ups. Chill. You remember how they used to have the ripaways?
Yes.
And you know how they got the zip up warm ups?
Yes.
Well, basically, the warm up is just gonna be a whole sleeping bag.
Oh my!
And then you just gonna come out wobbling like this.
Yeah,
and somebody gonna have to unzip it for you.
Oh my God! Give me a break, yo.
Oh, hello, Real Talk.
What's up,
Real
Mars?
Talk. What's the word?
What's up, Ron? What's up, Chill? How y'all doing?
That's another great Rockets jersey in the background, by the way. Just put out there.
Oh, for sure. Hey man, shout out to Houston, man. It is snowing currently in Houston. We do not get this a lot. So I was a little kid this morning, bro. Went outside, threw a couple snowballs and stuff like that.
That's why the Rockets lost. That's why the Rockets lost yesterday.
Yeah, a few snow angels and stuff. You said that's why the Rockets lost?
Yeah. They not used to that.
Oh, what's the world coming to? When last time it snowed in Houston? It don't snow down there.
Man, it don't
Atlanta
snow down
too.
here at all, bro. Bro.
Damn, it don't snow in Houston.
I wish it looked like that for Christmas, man. It don't ever look like that for Christmas.
Man.
Yeah, but speaking of these All-Star jerseys, Real Talk, I'm gonna throw this back on the screen so you can see this too. I don't know if you got a chance, but did you guys hear about a couple new contestants for the 3-point contest and the dunk contest yesterday? Did y'all heard that?
I seen Stephon Castle and Matas Buzelis are doing the dunk contest.
They have confirmed that they want to do the dunk contest. How do we feel about these two contestants?
I think Matas will do good. Stephon Castle, I'm curious to see what he comes out with. He is an explosive leaper, but the creativity is always what the dunk contest is about, not just can you dunk ferociously. So yeah. I'm curious to see like what he's able to do. I always think it's cooler when smaller guards do the dunk contest. Like no disrespect to like a 6'11" guy. I just think when a 6'3" guy does something crazy, it just looks cooler than when a 6'11" guy does something. So I didn't know that the guards do it.
Mars, I didn't know that Castle had hops like that. That's number one.
Yeah.
I did not know he had hops like that.
Thing about him too this year.
Yeah, I didn't know he had hops like that.
Athletic like that.
Yeah, I didn't know he had hops like that. I remember him at UConn, and he wasn't flying through the air like that. No.
Yeah, he was playing like a very different role at UConn, which I think put a lot of people off in terms of like where his ceiling was. But he's getting more freedom for the Spurs now. He's not like the best player ever, but he's solid. So I'm curious to see how they both do. They're not the names I would have expected in the preseason. They're not the names I would have put down as who I would want to see in the dunk contest preseason. But I think they can both put on a solid show. But the dunk contest is gonna get hate regardless. Like every dunk has practically been done at this point. Like I hope we're all aware. Stephon Castle is gonna bring out Wemby, and he's gonna try
dunk over him. Yes,
that's what's going to happen. So if he can do it, it's gonna be cool. If he can't do it, then it's like, I've seen Aaron Gordon dunk over Taco Fall. So like, I hope it's a solid dunk contest. That's what.
Well, let me ask you this:
dunk over Wemby, please give him a 50.
I did it. Just saying.
Yeah, Josh just did it not too long ago.
Yeah.
Who are when you look at the league today? Like who are the high flyers in the game today? Ant, Ja, Zach still a high flyer. Shaden Sharp, sure.
Still got to throw Zion in there.
Green.
Jalen Green's a high flyer.
Zion would be amazing in the dunk contest.
I think Amin Thompson is a high flyer too.
Oh,
He not creative at all.
Nah.
I don't know though. We don't know that. He might not be creative in the game, outside of the game.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, based on what I see in the games,
yeah,
that man be reluctant to do one-handed dunks. So like everything's just
two hands.
Everything. He don't want to safe dunker I ever seen. But hey, it's cool.
I think Jalen Johnson could dunk from the free throw line with two hands. I really do. He's got a long jumper. Like you see them dudes, the long jumper guys in the Olympics. He got that kind of run. That's what he remind me of. He remind me of one of them dudes that he could just go to the half court line and he could dunk from the free throw line with two hands. I think he could do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he could do that. Actually,
nope.
In the chat, they're saying Andre Jackson Jr.
Ajax can go up.
From Milwaukee, he got high.
Oh, chill. What?
I'm sleeping on him.
Hey, go
you
type
just sleeping on all these UConn players.
Clearly, I'm sleeping on these dudes because I remember Andre Jackson with UConn. He wasn't a high flyer. I mean, he punch one once in a while, but I didn't know he was a flight dude. Yeah. No, I didn't know he was like that.
Dude named Jericho Sims still getting up.
Yeah, but that's the same thing about I'm not trying to see a 7'1" guy do a dunk contest. Like
he's just that big man dunker where it's
you got bounce. You can get your head above the rim. Yeah, cool.
Right.
Well, Derek Jones still gets up.
I would like to see the bet. What I would like to see, it's not that I don't mind no names, because that's how we find out about dudes, right? That's how I found out about Terrence Stansberry, right? That's how I found out how dudes can fly. But I'd like to see the high flyers get in the dunk contest, even if it's just once. Like get them all in the dunk contest, and let's see what we can do.
Yeah, I mean, Jaylen Brown did it last year and got hated. So it just depends how do you want to do it.
No creativity, by the way.
The time he jumped over Kai Cenat in a chair. So I mean, like
that is great.
Do you have time to be creative and plan out dunks? Do you have time to actually want to commit to doing the dunk contest, practice for all of that stuff? It comes down to all of that. I don't know. Some of these like high flyers who like get posted and stuff, some of them just aren't that creative to like do dunk contest dunks. Like it's a different vibe. It's different to like dunk on someone as opposed to like, can I do a 540 reverse dunk? Like it's different. So like it's just.
And it's also the dunks that we've seen, and the dunks that we've seen, like we could see dudes do a dunk better. Like even though you've seen this dunk before, somebody does it better. Like I remember when I'm sorry, Ox.
No, you was talking. I thought you was done.
It's like when I saw Dominique windmill. Then I seen Jordan windmill from the side. I was like, oh shit, what is that? I didn't know you could do that from the side. Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, but that was in the 90s though, chill.
The 80s
or the 80s. That was like what was that? That was 88.
88, yes.
Yeah, that was 88. My thing about the dunk contest is I think we I mean, rightfully so. We kind of just bored. Like, we're bored. There's really nothing more that could be done. Like that's not physically possible. You know what I'm saying? Especially after Aaron Gordon and Zach. Like that was the last straw. After that, it was just kind of like, well,
everything's been compared to that.
So they broke the dunk contest.
Not them. I mean, leading up to that, we had to have them windmilling from the free throw line, Ryan, for us to be seeing something new. Like, bro, before that, everything has been done. We've seen all types of windmills. We've seen Vince put his arm in the rim. You have to be like, there's nothing else that people can do physically. Like, what you gonna jump from the 3-point line? If you're not, then we're not going to really be impressed anymore. At this point, I don't even know if it's the dunker's fault. It's just like how many more times can we see the same thing and really pretend like we're excited?
Have we seen?
Like,
well, you got the professional dunkers online, right? Who be doing all kinds.
They
of
making it bad
stuff.
for everybody too.
Because you see these ridiculous dunks and you're watching NBA players just do dunks that aren't as good. It's like
it's people trying to go between the legs twice now. All kind of
no NBA.
It ain't trying to like dudes is doing that. I've seen that online.
No NBA player is gonna put in the time to do that when like they actually gotta like work on their craft. So like that's also the problem. Like these guys are just solely working on dunking. So like they can put time in to start doing these ridiculous dunks that NBA players just aren't gonna do or try. So you end up running into that problem too. So it's unfortunate. I don't like every year the dunk contest gets bashed. Every year I feel like it's a bit harsh. But I do think everything since 2016 has just been going downhill, and I can't really blame the players for like 2016 to me is the best dunk contest.
Was the dunk contest in 2016 better than Derrick Jones Jr. and Aaron Gordon?
Yes, because Derrick Jones Jr. did the same dunk 4 times, just different. He did the same thing, same East Bay. That's all he did. So, whereas Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon were getting very creative until like overtime, where Zach LaVine was kind of doing similar things, but that's because like they had to do like 8 dunks. 2016 to me is something different. So,
that's the greatest dunk contest of all time, hands down. That's
where I stand on it. Yeah.
I think
in terms of just quality of dunks, personally, in terms of just quality of dunks from 2 people, in terms of like the historical parts of it, I think you probably got to go with Nick and Jordan, just because like that back and forth.
Bro, when Aaron Gordon
groundbreaking
timed the mascot going in the circle on the hoverboard and caught it and cuffed it and. Bro.
Can you practice that?
He jumped over the mascot and put it under both legs.
Can you practice that? I don't know if you can practice that looked like he made that up right there.
I wish we could
look like he made that up.
No, there's no way he made that up right. There's no way. There's no way he made that up right there.
How you practice that? I don't have
the timing of that.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't have a mascot backstage, or I don't have a mascot in my house or somewhere. How do I practice that?
I mean, he can get a mascot to come to the crib. Like,
I mean, he could get someone just spinning on a hoverboard.
Yeah, I'm sure he had to have practiced that, just because how Real Talk says, you got to time that, so you're not just gonna pull that out of nowhere.
I'm gonna give him a lot of credit. I'm gonna give him that much credit. There's no way.
Yeah, like he definitely had to practice that. It's no way that he just was like, what, get on the hoverboard.
Now, Mars, I can appreciate the Jordan Neek dunk contest, but like we don't really talk as much about the 2000 dunk contest, because just so you know, Ox, Jerry Stackhouse is going behind Vince Carter doing 2-hand 360s, but we don't care about that because Vince Carter's cuffing the ball doing 360s, and Steve Francis is throwing the ball up and ducking his head away from the rim and putting the ball between his legs, 2 hands behind his head, but that goes right over everybody else's head because why? Vince Carter putting his arm in the rim.
Yeah, that was a mean dunk contest. It was dope. Yeah, but you got those windmilling between the legs and stuff from the free throw line. So, it was fire. But like I think kind of like what Marge was saying though, it's asking a lot for the dunk contest though. First, because like how we were saying, we've seen it all, but you got to be really creative in the dunk contest. You know what I mean? Like that stuff is crazy. Like you see dudes that jump like far. That doesn't mean that they can win a dunk contest. You know what I mean? Like in the dunk contest, like I used to be able to jump from like distance, but I could never do all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of those guys that we see catching bodies, them dudes can't really do a lot of tricks. You
know what I think?
Ron, is he capping? Ron, is he capping?
Yeah, Ox had a little bit of bounce, but Ox got them go-go gadget arms, so he ain't really have bounce. It was just him stretching out his long ass arms.
It was all wings. Because I saw Ox on a bum knee almost punch it on another big guy. So I'm like, okay, first of all, this is Ox with miles on him, so I don't even know what Ox looked like. I can only imagine what he was like
fat and out of shape.
Ox was built like me at one moment in time. Ox was
talking about like what he looked like when he was 19.
Was slender. Ox was crazy athletic. Like Ox really could jump from the free throw line for real.
Yeah, but the other stuff though, like the windmills, all that between the legs stuff, that stuff was hard. Like I couldn't do that consistently. So a lot of these dudes that we see just out here catching bodies, we'd be like, oh, they need to be in the dunk contest. And a lot of them can't really do that stuff.
I seen Jalen Green in a dunk contest. That was disgraceful.
It was bad. Yeah.
It was like it was.
Green on the floor. He killing us. Get off.
That was when I first like started pushing my agenda of his hands are too small. He couldn't grip the ball. So every time he tried to do something crazy, the ball's just slipping.
That's my problem.
I think his hands are too small.
Like how you were saying about Amin, the reason why I can't do a bunch of dunks and the reason why like in a game I won't even try to dunk one-handed is I will if I have to. If I'm up there and the only way I could get it in is with one hand, then I will. Yeah. But I prefer to try to dunk with 2 hands because I just don't have big, strong hands where I can just grip the ball like a tennis ball and do all of this in the air. So like that's actually a thing. Like that might be a man's problem is he just doesn't want to lose the ball in the air, which I'm assuming he has big hands. So I don't know why that's the issue with him.
I think he just functional. My head's gonna be at the rim, but you're not gonna see nothing creative in transition. It's just he's gonna do what he does. He's got I think in his career I can count on one hand the amount of times he's dunked the ball with one hand. Everything is two hands for him. Everything.
It's tough to dunk with one hand, especially coming through the lane and stuff like that. Like, you really got to be able to grip the ball. Some dudes got just strong, big ass hands, and they can do whatever with the ball. If you don't got that, it's tough to do all of them dunks.
Ron, when you saw Vince Carter put his arm in the rim, what was your initial thought?
Dude, that was crazy. That wasn't even the craziest dunk for me in that one, though.
For me, it's the first one.
Was that the 360 windmill?
Bro, when the opposite 360.
Yeah, chill.
Like,
when he did that,
and he
you
went
just
all the way back.
Yes.
That
was dunking with that type of power. It just adds a different dynamic.
I just thought that when he put his arm in the rim, I was looking around like, wait a minute, can you even do that? That's what I was floored by that. Ox. I was like, can you put who can put their arm in the rim?
Chill, because you got to go up and over. You can't just stick your arm in.
You got to put your arm, like, you got to look down in the goal and then put your arm in the rim.
I just thought that must hurt. That's my first thing. Because the rim not made of foam. Like, that must hurt.
Yeah. No, it is not.
You know how high you have to get above the rim? Like, you
right.
That was crazy. And then he did it through the legs too. And I know the through the legs had been done before. Like, Kobe did it a couple years prior, but nobody had did it jumping off two, getting that high, fully extending your legs, and then coming like that. Vince just
off a oop too.
Yeah, he made it look
because it's easier to do it when you got the ball and you jumping off one. You kind of already, as you jumping, already kind of putting it between the legs, both jumping off the two and catching it off a oop. Yeah, he got to jump, catch it, then put it in. Yeah, that's tough.
What was the one where Vince pointed? Was that the 360 or was that the through the legs?
That was through the legs.
That was the through the legs.
Yeah, that was crazy. Vince crazy.
And you had Shaq on the camcorder.
Jason Richardson, my favorite dunk contest.
Yeah, another slept on.
Yo, Ox, when he threw the ball off the glass and threw it between his legs, I was like, wait a minute. Whoa.
Jay Rich, that to me, because chill, I just call him dunk champ. That's dunk champ to me. He the one. He my favorite dunker.
And he ain't that much. I met him before. I met him. He ain't that much taller than me. Like we like this. He ain't that much taller than me. So when he did that, I was like, holy shit! I didn't know you could do that in real life. That's coming from a dude who, I mean, I could dunk back in the days when I was a lot of gray hairs ago. But to see that,
actually, did you ever get in any dunk contests?
I did, Ox. In fact, I actually won a dunk contest.
Oh, that's they were playing on 8 feet rims. They were playing on 8 feet.
I actually won a dunk contest in my lifetime. Yes, I did. And I got the trophy. It's about a 7-foot tall trophy. It's in my mother's house.
7 foot.
They gave me a big ass trophy. A huge
gave him a Wemby trophy.
It was a huge trophy. They gave to me. It's in my mother's house.
Okay.
To this day.
One thing that I think that they should potentially look into doing for the dunk contest, I think they should try to make it like a horse or a pig style type of dunk contest, where somebody does a dunk and then the next person behind you, So it's like we're not necessarily going based off creativity. It's more so just who can do all the dunks that we've already seen before. So how versatile of a dunker are you? And some people, like, it's obviously going to be like, if let's say Ja's in it and let's say Jalen Johnson's in it and Ja's behind Jalen and Jalen dunks from the free throw line. Obviously, Ja can't do that. So he'll get a P for that. Like, if we're doing a pig, he'll get a P. But then, like,
Mars, Ja cannot dunk from the free throw line, gang. He can't do it.
I don't know. Well, how tall is Ja?
Hey, well, see, this.
I mean, do we count throwing the ball in the rim as a dunk?
Nuh-uh. That's a power layup.
Well, he might power layup from the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't know if Ja long enough, but he's explosive enough though. He's light. You never know. He could float.
He might be able to. Yeah, he might be able to fly.
We can't.
Fell
on top dunker.
Oh, at 17. So this is what, 1938?
You a Womack chill?
Okay.
Shout out to the top dunker. Shout out to Mr. Womack.
I had a little bit of hops back in the days. I did. I had some hops. I can get up.
So you remember when we was in Indiana, your man was telling us about how bouncy you was.
I could hop a little bit.
What he said you was dunking in freshman year or in the 8th grade?
I could punch it in 8th
grade. 7th grade.
Mhm.
No, that
How
was
old is
Swiper
the
talking
eighth,
about
how
he
old
was
is the
dunking in
eighth grade?
seventh
13?
13.
Mhm.
Swiper ain't grew a centimeter since the seventh grade. Talking about he was dunking. But anyways,
Anyway.
I ain't gonna get into all of that.
Enough of that.
But also too, so aside from the dunk contest, Jordan Poole has entered his name in for the 3-point contest. Or no, he said he's willing to do the 3-point contest. I think he's shooting 40% from three, and he's made like 150.
Are they doing the
so far.
WNBA thing again this year?
I hope so.
They haven't announced it yet.
Oh.
I really hope so, Mars. That'd be
Last
dope
time
if
they
they do.
announced it by now, though.
Yeah, I thought they would have announced it by now, but maybe it's a surprise. I don't know. I would have assumed it would have been something to do with like Steph, Caitlin Clark, Sabrina, and someone else. I don't know.
So why is
I
that? Since we're on the subject, Ox, because you just talked about the dunk contest, like we've seen everything. Well, we've seen everything. We've seen everything in the long ball contest too. Why are we still interested in that though? If we're not interested in the dunk contest, is because it's more creativity that goes into the dunk contest.
It's just the 3-point contest it's just easier. Everybody,
Yeah,
more people.
It's more digestible, chill.
More people can get involved in it. More people can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a much simpler event. Like anybody can shoot a bunch of threes. You know.
Right.
You also you don't fall victim to comparisons in the 3-point contest. I think like no one's like, well, Steph Curry was cool, but Craig Hodges in 91, like no one's really doing that for the 3-point contest. Whereas the dunk contest, everything is compared to what was come before. So I think that's probably the biggest difference. And also it's like how much shooting threes isn't really going to be that much different. Like all that's happened is they've added like the full money ball rack, and they've added like the shots from deeper. I can't remember what they're called. They're sponsored by like Mountain Dew or something. The Mountain Dew shots or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's all that's really changed. So it's like it's just shooting.
Now when you say
it's just make it or miss it. Like did you make it? Did you miss it? It's not like, oh, look at his form. He had his elbow. Look at the finish.
The only thing that's left to be seen is for someone to not miss. Yeah,
except for with Beasley with that thumb flick. You got to, you know what I'm saying. Other than that,
a lot of guys have a lot.
But let me ask you this though: when you
crazy, he takes his whole hand off the ball and has a fun flick.
When you shoot the ball though, like you just said, nobody's saying Steph Curry was cool, but did you see Craig Hodges? Are we comparing Craig Hodges and Steph Curry as long ball shooters, or are we just doing it in the 3-point contest? Because Craig Hodges in 91 and in 92 had a nobody's going to compare Craig Hodges.
He made like,
I'm not going to compare
like 12, 13 straight.
Yes, 13 in a row. No, I'm never going to compare Craig Hodges to Steph Curry as an overall shooter. But in the 3-point contest, sure, I'm thinking, Klay Thompson was nice, but man, Craig Hodges got on a heater. Mark Price got on a heater. Stuff like that. I do think that they compare. I do think that we do compare, players in that aspect. But to your point, Ox, anybody getting in the 3-point contest, because Jordan got in the 3-point contest, garbage, by the way.
Scored 5.
Yeah, man. Get Jordan.
Allen Iverson got in there too.
My goal would never.
Right, but what I'm saying is with the 3-point contest, I just feel like we've seen a lot of different guys, just like we've seen guys dunk the ball and who shouldn't be in the dunk contest. We're seeing guys in the 3-point contest who shouldn't be in the dunk contest neither. I mean, who shouldn't be in the 3-point contest.
That's what makes it more entertaining. Like
Wemby gonna get in this year.
Like
I would want to see Wemby in the 3-point contest. Yeah.
Would you say, Jordan?
I said for the 3-point contest, Ox, you want Wemby in there?
I think it'd be cool for the fans. I think like to Mars's point. So to Mars's point, this type of stuff is 100% for the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the 3-point contest, the dunk contest, skills competition, they should have just fun, be as creative as possible, and just be there just to cater to the fans. That's it. Like the All-Star game, in my opinion, should be the best basketball players in the world having a real basketball game.
It's always supposed to be like that, Ox. Exactly.
Yeah,
not just out there.
The reality versus the hope is very different.
But
the reality.
Well, I mean, should still be reality. Either way, I'm not even.
I agree.
I'm just saying, like the 3-point contest should be like, look. I mean, on top of that, Wemby can shoot it. It's not like that wouldn't even be like a troll thing. That'd be like Wemby really out there trying to knock threes down. So I think that'd be cool for the fans. I think that'd be cool for the kids. Everybody that loves Wemby and all that. That'd be dope.
And on top of that, Ox, I think that guys used to take this kind of stuff, even though it was for the fans, like they would take it serious. Like I'm getting in a 3-point contest, Ox, and I'm gonna bust your ass, right? I'm getting
Mars,
in.
I'm getting Simmons in there?
Yes, I already said. I think the 3-point. Well, I include the All-Star game because the All-Star game is
Right.
not gonna be serious. Like, it's nice to hope that we'll see the best players actually competing, but they're not. So I think it all should be voted on by the fans. Whoever they want to see, that's who should be in it. And if the fans vote for a Ben Simmons in the 3-point contest versus someone with the jankiest jump shot in the league against Steph Curry, like, that's fine. Like, that's what I want to see. But the issue is, like, if Ben Simmons gets voted in, he probably won't participate.
Yeah,
But-
he's gonna
Ben's
say,
like, yeah, right.
yeah.
But like that's what I would want to see. I want to see whoever the fans vote for, and whoever they pick is whoever they pick. So if they want to see Bronny and LeBron in the 3-point contest, or in the All-Star game, or in the dunk contest, I want to see it. Like that's
fair
what I-
enough. Fair enough, Mars.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Just
That's what the All-Star. That's what All-Star Weekend was originally for. When it first started in 1984, that's what All-Star Weekend was about. It was about the fans. It was about interacting with the All-Stars, coming out and seeing all the festivities, the dunk contest. Then they added stuff to it, like the skills competition, the 3-point contest, all of that stuff. And it was all for the fans. And at the end, to Ox's point, the show was the All-Star game. That was the show. Even though you came to everything else, but in the end, this was the best pickup game in the world, and we're going to give you a show. And that's what All-Star Weekend was about. So to Mars's point, even though, I know it's as ridiculous as it sounds, if the fans wanted to see Ben Simmons in the 3-point contest, if the fans wanted that, and we got 2 million votes to see Ben Simmons in the 3-point contest, Ben would have to be in the 3-point contest. He would have
How many
And
fans? how many
chill. I'm
fans
not.
do you think
I just want to make it clear that I understand that the whole All-Star games haven't been just like a full competitive, you know what I'm saying, 5-on-5 playoff style basketball. I understand that they used to have fun. They used to have a lot of fun in the All-Star game, even in times I'm talking about 2000, all those times. I understand that they had a lot of fun in the games too. But at the end of the day, for the most part, we got some good ball though. We did typically get some, more creative games. I mean, more competitive games like towards the end. At least we would get that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that you can't have fun. Like, definitely have fun, but we still do want to see a little competitive basketball when you got great players out there on the court. You know what I'm saying? I think
they knew when it was time to get serious. 100%.
Yeah, that's a treat for the fans. Like Allen Iverson didn't just score 15 points in the fourth quarter coming back because it was just just for fun. Like they got competitive.
the last time we seen seriousness in the All-Star game, I want to say, is the year Kobe passed.
Yeah, when Kawhi went crazy.
Yeah, that fourth quarter was the one that
2020.
was like the last time I think it was serious. If I remember
Is that
correctly.
the one? That was the first one where they had like changed the rules and they were like playing to
the
a
target
certain,
score
like, point
thing
total or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
think
great.
that's the last time it was like serious, which was.
Do you
crazy
think that one was
Kemba
more
Walker was in the
serious?
All-Star game.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Miles. Do you think that one was more serious than when Bryant played the last time in 16 when Dwayne Wade broke
I'm just
his
saying
nose?
that that's the most recent one, not it's the
Okay.
most serious one. It's the
That's what I'm
most
talking about.
recent, Yeah.
Okay.
The most serious one, I mean, 2016, you get like the moments where like guys are guarding each other and stuff, but I think the game just was, if I remember correctly, the West won convincingly, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong though. And then like you got Steph shooting half-court shots at the end of the game and stuff. So I think 2020 might have been more competitive at the end. But overall, I mean, at best, you're probably going to get like 8 minutes of competitive basketball in the All-Star game, in my opinion, at best. If you can get that.
Today, you mean?
At best, you're going to get 8 minutes if the game's somewhat close. If the game's not close, you're going to get 0 minutes. Because, teams are shooting 93s and shooting from the logo and half-court and stuff. It was cool when Steph and Dame were going back and forth with half-court shots, though. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
I think
But
that
Mars,
was
I just think like how you say it's supposed to be so all for the fans. I agree with you, but I do think like I think the fans would enjoy that. I think the fans would enjoy the 24 best players in the NBA really going at it. Like
they probably
what I'm
would
saying?
vote for them. Like,
yeah, I think
a lot of
the
people got
would
mad.
enjoy that a lot.
A lot of people got mad that like because I was saying I think the All-Star game should be fully fan voted. If we look at the fan voting right now, all the best players are getting the most votes. So like the idea that it's just gonna be a bunch of bums in the All-Star game, like it's not backed on anything other than like Zaza Pachulia would have made it 7 years ago. And like, cool, yeah, maybe every once in a while there's going to be a clear non-All-Star caliber player who's going to make it. But for the most part, you're going to get the best players. You're going to see Jokic, you're going to see LeBron, you're going to see KD, you're going to see Giannis, you're going to see Jason Tatum. All of those guys get the most votes every year. It's not like you're just going to have a bunch of bums. the most popular players are also the best players. That's how the fans work. So yes,
Also-
you might
also-
see the occasional non-all-star make it,
Right.
but like
Well-
I think this, I'd still rather that over than like just some.
But I also
Okay, I
think
think
Mars.
that's pretty true.
I also think Mars that the fact that some players like look at this accolade on their thing, like being maybe not by the fans, but being selected by their peers and their coaches. I think that's valuable to them. So I think you kind of got to add the players point into it too. They won't put.
Well, let me
that
ask
on
you
there.
that, Jordan.
I think
I'm
there should
glad
be
you
a
brought that up,
I think
Jordan.
there should be a separate award solely voted on by the players, like best player in the league or something, or like when they do like the polls, like at the end of the season, like they'll ask players who's the best defender in the league, and they'll pick like Drew Holiday every year.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Drew Holiday should get an accolade for that, in my opinion. Like that's just my opinion. Like if the players recognize a guy like Drew Holiday as the best defender, he should be like the players' defensive player of the year or something. Like that should be an accolade. Or the best player in the league is LeBron every year. He should have like 9 players player of the league. Like I don't know what it would be called, but like there should be an accolade in my opinion.
So if we're doing that, Mars,
For
then
being
then-
recognized by your peers as the best. At something.
right. So then let's
Yeah.
take it away. Well, if we're gonna do that, then okay, we can't take it away from the media, right? We can't take it away from the media, but we want to add the players too. So why don't we just add the players and take some of it away from the media? That way, there's a mixture of the two, and they do have some say so, as opposed to just the media, who, by the way, has biases toward players, just like
Right, for
players
sure.
have, just
Coaches
like
do
players
too.
and coaches have biases toward players. But in the end, if you, I feel like if you mix the two, to your point, if we got at the end of the season, who's the best defensive player in the game in your estimation? Who? And I don't mean we're talking about analytics and like you talked about at the end of the season, a Ox, a Mars, a Ron, a Jordan, a Real Talk. Who is the best defensive player in the game? And we all go, it's Evan Mobley, or we go, it's Wemby. And the media goes, okay, some of them think it's Wemby, some of them think it's Evan Mobley, some of them think it's Chet. That way, we do have a mixture of the two, as opposed to when the players all vote or when the media all votes. Now there's no misunderstanding because you had some say so in this. It
Well,
wasn't
I think you could just have both. Like you can have the media currently vote for the accolades, the MVP, defensive player of the year, all defensive teams, blah blah blah. You can still have that. The media voted awards, like those awards, the MVP, etc. I just think you can add another awards, the players awards. Like the player MVP used to be like player voted and stuff. Like just bring that back. So like maybe someone wins an MVP and the player's MVP or the player's best player. I don't know what the award would be called. I'm just spitballing. But like Rudy Gobert might have 4 media defensive player of the years, but 0 defensive player of the years from the players. I'm not saying he would, but
the discrepancy
but
is going to
like,
come
and
in
then
on Mars.
maybe I know a lot of, because like, once again, I'm still not an accolade person. I'm not going to use this to like, well, this guy's better than this guy because the player, like, I'm not going to care about that.
I think,
but like, I know there's going to be some people be like, well, the media thought Rudy was a 4-time defense player of the year, but the players never believed him in that. And some people are going to value the player's opinion more, which I think they're entitled to do. And I think that's just as valid as someone valuing a defense player of the year award. Why not value the players who are actually competing against these guys? If anything, I would argue you should probably value their opinion more. But that's a different conversation. I just think it would be a solid thing to like let the players' opinion matter in some way. Well, let the players have their voice and let the players who get recognized by the other players get some sort of award for being recognized by their peers. Like Drew Holiday's never going to win an actual defensive player of the year, but according to the players, he should have like 4. So like I think
but also I mean I agree with the chill part as far as like having a balance, because some players, like they can get caught up in favoritism and nostalgia too. Like, oh yeah, what I mean when I go against Drew, I mean it's so hard, but then you can show tape of him going against somebody else getting his ass ripped and tore, and
the media also have bias though.
Of course,
they do.
Of course, but that's why I say it has to be some type of balance. But
yeah,
I
the
just
balance
feel like
is there's 2 awards.
No, but to your point, Mars, if it's 2 awards, now what we're gonna have is we're gonna have a problem, because if you think about players value this stuff more than the media. Like who does the media think they are? None of you dudes ever played, so it would hold more weight if Kobe Bryant had 4 player
Kobe would
MVPs.
have like 5 player MVPs.
That's what I'm talking about, and it would hold way more weight than the one he has from the media.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with the player's opinion meaning more than Brian Windhorst's?
And you know what, Mark? That's why I want to add the players into this for that reason right there. I don't want it to just be about the media, because that way, if we have the players involved, it's coming from a different perspective. I go against Kobe Bryant. I go against Zach LaVine. I go against Anthony Edwards. So you covering this and you're watching it, you see it from a different angle. You as a reporter, I'm actually on the floor and I'm dealing with these guys on the regular. And I think this dude is more valuable to his team's success than this dude. I think this dude is a better defensive player than this dude. I have a hell of a time going up against Drew Holiday or Kawhi Leonard than I do going up against Jaden McDaniels. And it's coming from a player in addition to the media. So we could come to some sort of commonality when I feel like the players are involved too.
I get what you're saying. You're just saying combine them into like make the MVP award voted by both. I'm just saying add the separate award that the players.
I would scrap the whole media and only the players and the coaches.
I would also concur that I think the media's opinion is irrelevant.
100%.
I'm cool with that too, but you know,
if we have to keep the media involved because the media believe they have a sense of importance. So
I mean that's
if
what
you're keep them involved, let them have their awards. Inevitably, you add the player voted award. Inevitably, that one will hold more weight not only to the players but to the fans. So the media will become obsolete. That's what.
But you know, like what you said though at the beginning of March, so I kind of went there and just went with the players. But like you said, 2 awards would be cool too, because the media does matter. The media does count, and it counts I think it counts more to the outside people, but to the actual players, I would like if I was to get an award, I would hold the one from my peers so much higher in regard to the one from the media. Like I don't really care what people in the stands think about my game. I don't care about what people watching on TV feel about my game. If you're not out here with me, you don't know what's going on. That's just the way that's how my mind would work in a situation like that. So I would.
Every player says that too. Like that. Every player says that too about their peers and what like their reputation around the league is more important to them than anybody what anybody in the media is saying. So
they say that they only say that when it don't favor them though.
I was just about to say that, Jordan. I mean,
they say that when it don't favor them.
Only say that when it's not somebody that's bigging them up, like somebody saying that that you nice. And on top of that, Ox, we have to be honest about being a player. Yo, on some level, you care about what people think about you, especially when
I think it matters. I think it matters. I think it could frustrate you. I think you can like you can care in the sense of like who the heck?
Why is this guy?
Who the heck do you think you are to judge me? And you don't know what's going on down here. Like you don't know what's going on in the locker room. You don't know what's going on at practice. You're not in the weight room with me. You're not running hills in the off season with me. So how dare you talk to me about? You're not good at this. Like, because a lot of times, honestly, Chill, you get people in the media or just anywhere in general that are talking bad about people and stuff that they don't know any idea about. Like you don't know how hard this is. And you don't know how easy that is. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on the court that are so easy, but people will look at it and they don't know how easy that is, or it's so tough. And it's like, you think that's easy, bro? It took me 3-4 years to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like Jalen Green pull up threes.
So it's just stuff like that. It's like, bro, like how of course I'm gonna be upset about it. I don't value your opinion. I don't care about what you think about me, but if you're spewing these things out and everybody can read it, there's a bunch of people in the world that are reading this and they think that what you're saying is true. And it's like, so yeah, of course I'm gonna care about that, but I don't really, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really care how you feel about, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on, but I do care that you're just spewing nonsense because you want to have a hot take. You want to be the first one to break something. So you're just out here just writing stuff that's not really
and not doing your homework, right? And not doing your homework.
I think people need to start going back at the media and start telling them like, well, you trash at your job. I read a report that you read. That shit was trash. Like,
if it's trash, I think that's fair.
Hey, bro, that shit was trash. You wrote a garbage report. That was not good. It was trash.
You seen what happened to the one dude with the whole Joel story? How he ended up getting called out and everything.
Exactly. Start doing that back.
I'll be the first one to call these players sensitive. I'll be the first one to be like, KD, you just so sensitive ass. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I do say that. So I might sound like a hypocrite right now when I'm saying like I think that's fair, but you know.
Ox, can I use what you just said in terms of not caring or like you not understanding what I'm going through? Well, can I rebut that with that's my motivation? I mean, that's how Jordan got as good as he is. Jordan, you don't play defense. Oh, you don't think I defend? Let's get to the bottom of that. Jordan, you're a ball hog. All you want to do is score. You can't win like that. Oh, you don't think so? You don't think that I can? And if you're thinking about the media per se, how much? Because people read the paper, people watch the news, people are online. So this stuff is affecting these people and the casual fan who doesn't really know much about a player like Anthony Edwards or know much about a player like Jalen Green. Well, they're reading this stuff. Well, I guess this Jalen Green guy isn't very good. And then now that's the narrative on him because you created that. And then these guys, instead of having some sort of motivation, well, this guy thinks I suck. Who the hell you think you are? Well, wait a minute. You think I suck? Okay, let's change that narrative. Let's change
everybody not built like that though, Chill. And I mean, I think as a competitor, you should have that chip on your shoulder. But some people just can't. Some people can't take that. And so when you get to those type of people, it's unfortunate that it messes with them mentally. Like you hate to see that, but I mean, I guess you're right. Sometimes you got to be a little more tougher. But like you got people creating these narratives though, Chill. Like for instance, your boy yesterday come up here talking about Anthony Davis don't play. Anthony Davis stay hurt. That's a narrative that AD got to break. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, speaking of Jay from GOAT James Kingdom, I read a comment yesterday. They said my man Jay is the Dion of Chill Towns.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means neither.
I thought Dion was the Dion.
I don't know.
Not anymore. They're saying that he's taking Dion's mantle to a whole other level.
Is he not the Chill Town of Dion's?
Well, no, because Chill Town is still quote unquote a bronze sexual.
No, but Dion is the ultimate bronze sexual. So
right. I am realistic when it comes to James. As much as I love him and I'll talk about him, I am realistic about a lot of stuff. I'm not one of these people where he can't do anything wrong. No.
Mars say he disagree.
No, I'm not. I'm not one of those people. No.
I think he's actually like the Michael Jordan of Dion's.
So the second greatest.
Either way it goes, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and transition
the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of Dion's.
Into probably the best part of the week. The greater than host pick of the day. Yes, I know y'all been waiting for this. Hey, you're welcome. We finally got here. And where are we? Well, we're on the PrizePicks app where you can run your game, control your game, and win your game. When you play $5, you will get 50 back instantly when you use the promo code The Panel. Yes, it's as simple as that. So here's what it is, y'all. Listen up. Take the wax out your ears and let's get to it. Because the NBA season is in full swing. It is 2025. We are heading into the All-Star break. We are in the thick of things. So it's time for y'all to stop talking and it's time for y'all to start playing with PrizePicks right now, the simplest, most electrifying way to get in on the NBA action. So let me ask you this. Who's the new Splash Brothers? Yeah, who's draining threes and celebrating and giving us what we want? Who's the new Magic Johnson? Who's throwing no-look passes and being Trae Young-like? Who really is just filling up the stat sheets every day now that Luka Doncic isn't here and Jokic is low managing? Well, you see, with PrizePicks, you can choose who you guys believe is the new Magic, the new Splash Brothers, the new whoever else by choosing and playing NBA contests daily where you could pick your favorite players, choose more or less, and be able to win money based on that. So it's up to you, the fan, to stop jiving and start playing because there's no excuse. So here's what you're going to do. Go to the PrizePicks app in your app store, download it, use promo code The Panel, pick your favorite players, choose more or less, and make sure you don't forget the special bonus that PrizePicks is going to give you, and that's an extra $50 when you play just $5. And from then on, you will be just like us. Winners. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's show them how it's done. Let's show them how we win on a daily basis.
You say winners like that 2 times.
All right, let's get into it, y'all. Chill. you are down a pick, so you're gonna have to make 2 so we can even a score. So let's go ahead and start with you. You got 2 picks today.
We got Miami, Portland, Toronto, Orlando, Lakers, Wizards, Brooklyn versus New York, Denver, and Philly. Joel's not playing tonight, right?
Nah, chill. You you muted.
Oh, sorry. For the 18th.
You're good now.
Okay. No Joel Embiid for the 18th time. Let's see here. You know what?
Degenerative knees, man. It is what it is.
This Orlando Toronto game. I want to see.
Yeah, I'm having issues with that with the Magic. That's what I was trying to do earlier before we even started. I went to Orlando and like a lot of people aren't popping up.
There goes Paulo right there.
Oh, never mind. Here we go. It wasn't a second ago.
Go right there.
All right, here we go.
All right. So I want to see what Paulo line look like. I just seen it. Paulo line PRA 37.5. So that's 20, 10, and 5. I think he could get that. I do think he can get that.
Oh, Paulo versus Scottie Barnes.
That's why I'm going with this.
Yeah, what's the points combo? Because
37.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Nah, I mean Paulo and Scottie combined. Is there a points combo?
Oh,
because Scottie gonna score like 7, so he can help.
So we shouldn't even mess with that.
No, because Paulo gonna score like 31, and Penn gonna still say Scottie bad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take Paulo in this. I'm gonna take less.
Less on the PRA?
Yes.
Hater.
I'm gonna take less on the PRA. Yep.
You got another one, Chill. Who else? What else you want?
I got another one. Let me take a look at that Ox. Let me take a look at that New York Brooklyn game. No cat tonight again.
So you want me to go with the Nets or?
The Nets are garbage. Let's go with the Knicks. I want to see what Mikal Bridges' line look like. They trash, Ron. Garbage. I know that Mars want to get me with the Ben Simmons logic, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Hate is gonna hate, man. Is this the Mikal Bridges revenge game?
I just want to see what it look like. I want to see what his line look like. What we got on Mikal Bridges tonight? Oh, wait a minute. Josh Hart, 10 rebounds. You know what? Hold on, Ox. What's the demon? Hang on for a second.
He might not play long enough though.
Why not? Right?
Oh, he is going to
What
play.
are you talking about?
Second in the league in minutes.
I'm sorry, my bad. I forgot who we dealing with. I forgot who.
Yeah, he's second in the league in minutes.
They're about to beat these dudes by 40, but at the same time, it's like Tom Thibodeau is just a menace.
I'm taking the. I want to stay right there, but let me see what the line is on Mikal Bridges because I like them 11.5 rebounds.
12 rebounds for Josh Hart is insane.
I'm liking them. I'm liking them 11.5 rebounds because I think I'm gonna get that from him. But let me see what the Mikal Bridges line look like.
Well, they got Cat on here.
Cat might be
going man. With that chip bone in his hand.
Tom Thibodeau told him get your ass on the floor.
17.5 from Mikal Bridges. I wonder what's the demon on him. 20? 23.5? I ain't doing that one.
You don't think
hold on, what's his demon? What's his demon PRA? He got a double demon?
Yeah, on points.
Oh, damn.
30.
I'll be so thirsty.
I'm gonna take Mikal Bridges on him 11.5 rebounds. I'm gonna take more on that. I think he's good for 12 rebounds tonight against.
He meant Josh Hart.
Josh Hart. Who did I say? I'm sorry.
You said Mikal.
No, I'm gonna take Josh Hart on him 11.5 rebounds. I think he's good for 12 boards tonight. He gonna play 44 minutes, Ron. He ain't coming off the floor.
What you want, Mars?
Who Portland played tonight?
Miami. In Miami.
Oh, that's a shade and sharp less if I ever seen one. But I'm not gonna hate on my guy. Let me see Jordan Poole, please. It's for sure gonna be a pool party. So let's see them demon points.
It's a party.
What'd you say, Mars?
It's a party.
Let me see the Jordan Poole demon points real quick. 25. Oh, double demon? 30
29.
for Jordan Poole? Oh. That points combo, LeBron and Jordan Poole is going to like guarantee. So I'm going to take the more on the points combo.
They're playing in LA?
I believe so. I could check.
No, it's in. I think
Oh, that might change everything. The game's in Washington?
Yeah,
no, it's in
saying
Los
if
Angeles.
they-
It's in
Oh,
Los
it is in
Angeles. I'm
LA.
sorry.
Oh yeah, they're
It's
gonna
in
be
LA.
out, Mars. He'll go. He's gonna go crazy. They're gonna be out.
That was the mindset. That was the mindset.
Yeah, they for sure gonna be out in La La Land. You know what? I'm gonna be a little unorthodox today.
Unorthodox? I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
He going away from OG? Oh God, 60?
For the love of the game.
He's only been playing 3 quarters recently. I'm just pointing out.
Who they play
For the
today?
love of, it's
Philly?
for the love of the game.
Oh, yeah.
They play another bum team. This might be over in 3 quarters. I don't know if you're gonna get that much.
I don't know, man. Just because Joel not out there, don't mean it's not gonna be a close one. I don't think the Nuggets are as good as y'all think they are. So I think it might be a closer game than y'all
You
expect.
know how I felt about the Nuggets. And so, with that being said,
Oh, Genoma.
keep that J up there. Put an A, an M, an A, and an
Give me a
L.
J. Give me an A.
PRA, you know what to do.
His line of points is at 20 nowadays. Oh, what
Thank
happens,
you.
man?
Less. Hey, hold on. What's Maxi though?
Maxi.
Oh, Maxi gonna hit for sure. Is
That's
that one
what
for
I'm
field goal
saying.
attempts?
that should be. Let me
That's a
see.
genuine question. I think there is one for field goal attempts, right?
Yeah, there is. Usually there is.
I might want to change my pick.
Actually, don't got one because
You see anything? You see anything nice?
Yeah, nah, man. Go on and run back over.
You don't think he about to do this? 34 and a half? That's easy.
Go on and
money.
run back over there to Leicester.
All right, but this is easy money right here, Ron. It's 34 and a half. I'm trying to tell you, Maxi going for 40 something.
If they had Maxi field goal attempts, that would have been the freest win ever.
Martha, I just want to put it out there that I think Scoot over the last 6 games, he's like 20-7.
He is.
Throw 10 on this.
I've been watching.
Okay.
I've been watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a rough month, y'all. We gotta play within our means, you know.
Uh-oh. No more steak.
Hey, you
We
seen
got
how the
cold cuts
Jalen
now?
Green less hit though? You seen how the Jalen Green less hit? I told you with it.
I don't know though. Hold on though. I might need to adjust this because it might look like I might sell tonight. Y'all got
What
some.
did you go with?
Y'all
The
got,
Jokic? Yeah, the Jokic.
yeah, y'all got some damn near guarantees. I can't be the one to sell. Not even for the love of the game. I can't go out like that. Hold on.
Said,
one
I ain't
second.
screwing
Does
this up.
that mean we
No,
bringing out
I'm
the OG Anunoby?
Yes,
is that
yes, 100%. Let me see where it's at real quick.
Oh my god, man.
I think he was right behind Deuce, yeah.
Okay, here we go. 20 and a half. That's more. All right, yeah, let's go. Let's go, OG. All right, we good, y'all. We good.
That changed the prize a hell of a lot.
Yeah, I mean 60 on the PR. I'm gonna be tight if he gets it too. Oh yeah.
All right, that's what we're looking at, y'all. Let's go ahead and shift
Wait.
this through.
Hold on, Ron. Hold on. Give me a second.
Ron, you might be wrong on Leicester. He's been playing good lately.
Hey, less gonna less. That's all I know.
Once a Leicester, always a Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm good.
Yo, what?
Put it
All
out
right.
there. Let's go. Send it through.
37.5 PRA. Paulo Banchero, less. Josh Hart, 11.5 rebounds. Mo, and that's a demon pick. LeBron and Jordan Poole party together in Los Angeles. 45.5. It's going to be baddies. Beach side, pool side. They're going to be there. We got more from that. Jamal Murray, once a less, always a Leicester. 28.5 PRA, less. And OG Anunoby, more on his PRA of 20.5. Sitting that through. We back in the game. All right, y'all. I think y'all know what time it is. I think y'all know what we came here to do. It's time to get to this Luka and SGA versus. Jordan, you ready?
I've been ready.
Real talk, you ready?
Yeah.
Chat, you ready?
This today.
All right, well, actually, before we do that, I gotta show the chat some love, but I need y'all to show me some love first by liking the video, becoming a member if you're not already a member, and in order to become a member, you gotta also subscribe. And shout out to everybody that's watching on Twitter right now, that's watching on X. Salute to y'all. Salute to our Hall of Famers. But we have a couple super chats before we get into this Luka versus SGA, so y'all just bear with me. Maradi Tanzambi said, only problem with player voting is when the NBA fans player doesn't win it, they don't know basketball. Imagine people vote for, or imagine somebody votes for Embiid, Luka and SGA over Jokic the last 3 years. Swiper would say they don't know basketball.
So who cares? Who cares what Swiper say?
Yeah, how's that a problem with the player vote? That's not a problem with the player vote. I don't agree currently with how the media vote for MVP. I'm likely not going to agree with the players every time. That doesn't make the player's opinion invalid. That doesn't make my opinion invalid. It just is what it is. I'm allowed to disagree with players, and I'm allowed to agree with the players. The players agreeing with my opinion doesn't make the players more right, and the players disagreeing with me doesn't make me more wrong. It's just, I think the players should have a say, and I think the players probably have their opinion means more on their peers than mine would, especially when it comes down to winning awards. I don't think my opinion should justify people getting awards. I think my opinion is just my opinion, and it doesn't really hold much weight beyond if you think what I say is valid or you think I make good points, then that's fine. But it doesn't mean I should justify people winning awards because of it. That's
but the main point though, Mars, is that who cares what Swiper got to say?
That's just that's just fact. Especially Swiper. Especially
Swiper said we troll because we don't believe in his crystal ball formula. Nobody went, man. I'm not finna watch basketball based on your crystal ball formula.
Wait.
Charts. You know what I'm talking about. You got that crystal ball head, you know.
All right. AKA Leroy.
Shout out to Swiper though. He is doing a great job pushing that Jokic propaganda.
Swiper, I got love for Swiper, but still, you know what I'm saying. You can't just say that we troll because we don't live and die on charts and formulas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, I wonder what Swiper would do without net differentials, man. I just wonder.
Yeah, there's an actual basketball game going on. You sitting there on your calculator.
Mars, net rating matters, Mars. Stop the nonsense, Mars. VORP and net rating matters.
If you don't know what you're looking at.
Hey, did you know LeBron and AD are losing their minute? Like, only that net rating. That's all it is.
Yeah, why does that matter if they win the game?
Well, the thing about it too is just crazy because I don't care about what somebody's plus minus is for every game because you're not telling me who are they on the court with. You know what I'm saying? There's other things going on. Like these formulas are not foolproof, and he live and die by them and want to call us trolls because we understand that there's more to basketball.
Swiper gonna get y'all on Thursday.
How are you gonna do that?
Y'all sit up here throwing jabs and he can't hit back. Wait till Thursday. Swiper gonna come up here and kick up a storm in here.
I say how he gonna do that?
Let him.
He ain't gonna do nothing but talk about the PER, this game, and the net. I don't care, Swiper. I don't be wanting to hear that shit.
All right. AKA Leroy said, "What's up, fellas? When you first started watching the game, who was a player you thought was underappreciated or forgotten about? For me, I think about Glenn Rice, Tim Hardaway Sr., guys like that."
Allen Houston,
I would say definitely that's a good one, sure. I was gonna say Alonzo Mourning though.
Allen Houston
for me,
Allen
that's
Houston
hard.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, George.
Nah, it's so hard, but for me, I would probably say Josh Smith. I'd probably say Josh Smith. He don't get a lot of talk, like how he should, I think, because he was a hell of a player, a hell of a lefty, and I'm left-handed too, so I was always rooting for the lefties. Oh, Josh Smith or Michael Redd? Michael Redd or Josh Smith? Them two.
Michael Redd was cold. For me, it was Manu because he came off the bench. A lot of people probably wasn't, you know what I'm saying, messing with Manu. But me as a Laker fan, whenever we played the Spurs, the player I was most concerned about was Manu Ginobili, more than Duncan and Parker. Like, he put the most fear in my heart. And then another one would be Al Harrington. I thought
my
question
to you, real talk, when you talk about guys like Manu Ginobili, for example, that's your guy that you was like, how should we have been talking about him?
As a top
I think
three
Manu
shooting guard in the league.
Ginobili for a good portion of them San Antonio years was at least the second best player on that team,
and the best offensive player on the team, right?
Bro.
I mean, in my
hey,
opinion, but you know.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
you cooking with
you're
Al
right.
Harrington,
Yeah,
though. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
You cooking with Al Harrington, bro. Al Harrington would be a gym in this.
Al
in this
Harrington
era.
could play today.
Why
I
you
think
ain't
Al
say
Harrington would be hella
McDice,
nice
Jordan?
today.
Why you ain't say Antonio McDice?
Oh yeah. McDice
You
was
frauds.
because I hate. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated McDice because he used to bust the Rockets' ass, bro. I'm talking about
Antonio McDice
every
was nice
time.
when he played for
Antonio
the Nets.
McDice was cold as hell, bro. But that's why I didn't say him because it's like you kind of hate him. But hey, somebody did say Steven Jackson, bro. Steven Jackson was good as hell, bro. He just talked.
Yeah.
He wasn't
Good
better
as
than
hell,
Manu.
bro.
He wasn't better than Manu. He wasn't
No,
better
he
than
wasn't.
Manu.
He said he
bro,
was.
all
He
I'm
wasn't.
saying
He
is-
told me he
all I'm
was
saying is
better than
Steven
Manu,
Jackson was
better than
good
No,
Ray
he
as
wasn't.
Allen.
hell, bro.
He
No, he
wasn't.
wasn't.
He wasn't better
No,
than
he was
Manu
not.
or Ray
Hey
Allen.
man,
No, he was
Look,
not.
this
Steven
the
Jackson was
thing,
really
Chill.
good,
This
bro.
He can
the
still
thing,
No, he
Chill.
wasn't.
believe he was. He can
He,
believe
of course, he should
Yeah.
believe that. He should believe that. He wrong, but he should believe it though.
Yeah.
So this
Hey,
is
I don't
the
think
thing
he's too
because
wrong,
there
though,
was some seasons there, stretches where Manu was the second best shooting guard in the NBA.
That was a
And
conversation.
I would go as far to say that there was some months where he was the best shooting guard in the NBA.
There was a.
not
That's
with
why.
Kobe
That's
in
why
the
we
NBA,
had what
bro.
was going on. That's why we had what was
Not with
going on in the
Kobe,
Olympics.
Tracy McGrady, Dwayne Wade, all of them guys in the NBA. Ain't no way he the best shooting guard in the NBA.
But that's why we had what was going
yes
on in
way.
the Olympics.
Yes way.
That's why. Because remember, they won the Argentina won the gold medal in 2004. They won the NBA championship in 2007. We get to the Olympics in 2008. Yo, Manu Ginobili, the best shooting guard in the league. What?
Chill.
Let's get to the bottom of that.
No, chill.
That's why Dwayne Wade, that's why Kobe Bryant, that's why all of them said, yo, we putting an end to this today. Because that was going on.
He was top 3.
That 100% was going on.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
would
was.
give him top 3, but
I'm not
wasn't
giving him top
top
3. He wasn't better than
top
Tracy
3 shooting guard in the
McGrady.
league.
He wasn't
Well,
better
yeah,
than Tracy McGrady,
T-Mac was
Dwayne
still
Wade, or
hooping at
Kobe
that time.
Bryant.
Yeah.
T-Mac by like 07.
Yeah.
He was better than Vince Carter.
Yeah,
We
Tracy
talking about
McGrady in
07?
07.
Yes, yeah. We're talking about
He
the
was
mid
better than
2000s,
Vince.
not the early 2000s, the mid 2000s. Yeah,
Tracy McGrady
Tracy
in
McGrady in 07
07.
was cold as hell.
He
Manu
wasn't what he
Ginobili was
was.
cold as hell.
Yes, he
Not
was.
Ginobili was not better than
He was
Tracy
top
McGrady in
4. He was
2007.
top 4. He was top
Alright.
4.
Maybe top 5 because I don't know. Vince Carter was good too, bro.
He was
better
top 4.
than Vince
He was
Carter.
top 4.
No,
He was top
bro.
4.
I don't know, bro.
I wish Manu
Maybe
would have
top
pulled a
5. I
James
don't know
Harden
how
and
people
just
feel
went and
about
got
Ray
his
Allen
own
at the
team
time.
for real.
He was top 5
I don't
for
wish
sure.
Manu would have done that
He
because
was
if Manu
top 5
done
for
that, I don't
either.
know
sure.
if
He was
could've
in my
did that,
top
bro.
3.
No,
He
I
was
don't
top
know
5
if
for
he
sure.
would
He
have
was
been
in
that
my
nice
top
neither.
3.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
we good with Manu on the Spurs. My only Manu on
Yes.
the Spurs. That's the only thing we good.
You don't
at.
think Manu
Nah,
could have
bro,
left
you
and
crazy.
been a number
Manu
one
could have went
and
to
been
Manu could
putting
have
up?
went to any team.
No, I think he would be good, but I don't know if he'd be a number 1 like a T-Mac on the Rockets. I don't know if he can do
Real
that.
talk. Think about what you're talking about with James Harden. Okay, sure. I ain't know James Harden was 36 a game. I ain't know that. I ain't know he was 34 a game. I did not know that. No, I did not know he was that nice. But there were signs that this dude could be a 20 plus a game scorer. He could
There
definitely
wasn't
be in
signs
that
of Manu.
on,
It was
on a
time for
regular.
Manu for that though.
Right. But as
Nah,
as the
not
Nah,
man,
but he should have been the Finals MVP in 05.
as the man,
Yes, as the man.
I
why
think
not?
Manu easy on his own
What's the
team could
reason?
have been
What's the
around
reason
like
why not?
22 and 7.
I think no, but
Easy.
like the idea of your own team, right? It's like
it's a lot of
he
responsibility having to
played
do that.
played
Ops,
next to
and-
Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, but like
He played next to a hell of a team, not just them
in
two.
my and I wholeheartedly believe this. Once you get to like 06, 07, 08, 09, like
right.
Manu Ginobili is their best offensive player. Like it's not his
Yeah.
team because you're gonna still run the offense through Tim Duncan post ups,
Right.
and defensively Tim Duncan's gonna be a defensive anchor. But for all intents and purposes, like he is their best offensive player. So like,
No
is he
problem
putting up
with that.
26 a
Evan,
game
08?
like Ray Allen did in Seattle? No.
No.
But like the signs were there that this man could lead an offense. He was already leading an offense.
Yeah, but also Mars, that's kind of hard though to say leading the offense. Like, yeah, you can lead the offense when you got Tim Duncan or you got Tony Parker. Like, yeah, but what about when you don't got them?
But
And it's all
why,
on you.
why do we as NBA fans and not just
Sure.
fans, people in general, why do we value what you do when your team is terrible?
Yeah, this is
No,
Like, why
I'm not.
Okay,
Because
I'm not saying
the
when
reason
your
why,
team is
Mars,
terrible.
we give
I'm
Manu
glad you
Ginobili
brought
a
that up.
bunch of bombs, then he
What?
puts up numbers and like makes the playoffs as the 8 seed. Why does that mean something to you?
The
If
reason
you
why
give Tracy
because
McGrady, Tim Duncan, and Tony Parker, what does Tracy McGrady do with them?
He wins a bunch of
I ain't even
championships.
talking about that. To answer your question, Mars,
That's not
the
gonna do
reason why
anything
we
I
do
just
that,
said. I'm not talking about
Averaging
who's-
30? Averaging 30?
Mars, the reason why we do that,
I
the
doubt
reason why
it.
we do that is because especially now, basketball has become very individualized, very much so. So when we see players, prime example, LaMelo Ball is starting in the All-Star game. Charlotte is at the bottom of the East. Nobody cares about Charlotte like that. But you know what? LaMelo Ball is averaging 30. LaMelo Ball is 30-7. LaMelo Ball is 30-8. Cade Cunningham, even though Detroit does not suck anymore. No, they don't. We live in a very individualized society. So when a guy is getting busy, a lot of people don't care about how good his team is. Now, there's a lot of people who should care about how good a guy's team is. A guy like Manu Ginobili, who does the stuff that equates to winning. Manu Ginobili is not a one-on-one guy. Manu Ginobili is not a ball-dominant guy. Manu Ginobili's game is conducive to winning. His game is not just give him the ball and let him go. No, the stuff that that's why it worked so well in San Antonio. If you put him in Cleveland during that time, not Cleveland because they were already good. Let me take Cleveland off the table. If you put him on a bad team during that time, I don't think it's gonna translate to how it did when he was in San Antonio.
Why does it have to be on a bad team? Why can't it just be another average?
The moment you have any
third,
semblance of talent on your team, all of a sudden how good you are becomes slightly less valid. Unless you're carrying a bunch of bums like Russell Westbrook in 2017, no disrespect to those players because they played high defense. Unless you're doing that, all of a sudden it's like, well, you got this help, you got this guy. So if you didn't have them,
that's not the point that I'm making. That's not the point I'm making about that. I'm just saying, I just don't think Manu Ginobili, and I'm not saying he's not a good player. I think he's a hell of a player, Hall of Fame player for sure. I'm just saying Manu Ginobili in a role like T-Mac or a role like who else we could probably say. Not in a role with you playing with two other Hall of Famers, but you in a decent team. I don't know if Manu Ginobili has the capabilities of averaging 27 for a season. Or 25.
I didn't say 20. I didn't think.
I don't know if he can do 25. I think his cap would be.
I don't think he has to be tremendously impactful.
Because to Chill's point, he played winning basketball. He played winning basketball.
He did.
But you give Manu a part-way conference squad. He can do
25 and 10 is crazy. I don't know.
No, I didn't say 25. I didn't say. My fault.
He said
22 and 8. He like 22 and 8. 22 and 7. He around there.
At that time,
22 and 7.
I don't know.
I mean, well, look, he was. What was he averaging already?
I think
like
he was
15.
like
17. So that's what I'm saying. If he was averaging 19, then you tell me he can't average 4 more points.
Yo, if you put team, Manu in a Mike D'Antoni offense, he's giving you 26 and 8 a game.
And you said
he would have been James Harden before James Harden.
Manu could easily give Manu the ball and go.
Obviously, but Marv,
make your numbers look cooler on the box.
But Marv, if people see him do that, then they'll be able to acknowledge how good he actually is.
But they won't, though, Ron. And the reason why they won't, but they won't, Ron. And the reason why they won't, because we did the same thing with Sean Marion when he was an All-Pro in Phoenix. Don't forget, he did play in Toronto. Remember that he was in Toronto. He was also in Cleveland. People forgot about him when he was there, when he was on those good teams, and that stuff wasn't what he was doing in Phoenix. Wasn't the same thing that he was doing in Toronto when he was there, in Miami when he was there, in Cleveland when he was there. So no, it's not the same thing, Ron.
But who cares? Who cares if people acknowledge it? It's 6 of us up here right now, and we're the ones having this discussion. So I'm saying if Manu Ginobili, you said that he couldn't get it and go.
Man, he played
Manu Ginobili. If Manu Ginobili has the ball, you can't. I don't understand what you mean. Like he couldn't get to a bucket.
Because I wasn't here. Who said
I didn't say he couldn't get ball. I don't think he can. I don't think he averaged 25.
Y'all act like he couldn't. You act like Manu couldn't get the ball and score off the wing with the ball.
No, he could, Ox. That's not the
two Hall of Famers though. It ain't like he was taking a back seat to him. He was their best offensive player, like Mark said.
He was taking a back seat to him.
He wasn't taking no back seat to him.
The San Antonio Spurs offense is a back seat in and of itself.
His role changed a lot depending on the lineups he was in, and that's what made him so he was just very malleable. Like when he's on the court with Tony Parker and Tim Duncan, he's now this off-ball shooter, and he's making connective reads because Tim Duncan post-ups and Tony Parker can't play off the ball as well. So then he's playing that off-ball role, and then when you put him on the court with just Manu Ginobili and Tim Duncan, you're seeing a lot more pick and rolls with Manu Ginobili. You're seeing him a lot more self-creation, and then when you see him on the floor with neither one of them, you're seeing Manu Ginobili shoulder an offense, usually against some bench units, but generally speaking, in the playoffs as well, when he's on the court, on the floor without them, he's still shouldering the offense. And that offense was actually a lot better when Manu Ginobili was on the floor, just generally. I remember this because I had to do the Manu Ginobili Iverson debate. Every lineup with Manu Ginobili was great. He just changed his role a lot depending on the personnel around him because he was so good. He could do a bunch of things. So you'll see his defense was much better when he was out there with Tim Duncan and Tony. because he had a less offensive workload. So he ended up looking like an all-league caliber defender in those type of minutes. But then when he's shouldering the offense, he was a less active defender. He was still competing, he was making his rotations, but he was less active in that regard. So like he just changed a lot. Like I always say that your stats are dependent on what's around you. Your averages are just as dependent on your teammates as they are on you. The example I use, like KD on the Warriors didn't suddenly stop becoming a 30-point per game scorer. He just played next to guys like Steph and Clay, so he averaged 25. That doesn't mean he got worse. It just means he wasn't required to average 30. Like when you look at what he was doing in the minutes without Steph, it was right in line with what he was doing in OKC. It's just he didn't play a lot of minutes without Steph, so you don't see those averages. But if you look at it in terms of the lineups, Manu Ginobili's numbers change a lot based on who's out there with him. He was averaging like per like 100 possessions. He was averaging elite numbers box score wise without Tony Parker and Tim Duncan on the floor. I want to say it was like maybe like 34 points per 100 possessions. I can't remember off the top of my head, something like that without them. And then with them, it's like 24 on like much better efficiency. So like he just changed a lot. Which is
I'm also not disagreeing with that about the Manu take. I'm just saying Manu being a number one option on the team, getting number one coverage where you're the focal point. We're gonna blitz Manu. We're gonna make such and such beat you. I just don't know if like certain guys just have that. Manu is a hell of a team player, hell of a star in his role. That's if there's an example of stars in your role, Manu Ginobili would be that. I'm not saying he couldn't do it as far as like being a number one guy. I just don't think the team would be good with Manu as a number one guy without guys that's on the Hall of Fame level like Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. Like you got Tony Parker is one of the most underrated guys that has played in the NBA. Very, very underrated.
What would he look like? What would Ginobili look like running with Luka?
I mean,
why Luka though? Like that,
they'll get busy.
He looked like the best player on the team. That's what he looked
busy.
100%. But wait, but Jordan, why?
No, don't do that. That's crazy.
But Jordan, why y'all act like when Manu was on the floor because he didn't start them, he didn't play heavy minutes. You acting like when Manu was on minutes. He played but hold on. But you're acting like when Manu was on the court, he wasn't getting guarded like that. Like you act like they weren't
He was all over the scouting report. He was all over.
You know what I'm saying? You act like that. But hold on. I know you didn't. Why not? He was the number one option on offense.
Because you got Tim Duncan is getting guarded like that. You got double TD in the post.
Tim Duncan always got guarded by bigs. Manu Ginobili was being guarded by the primary perimeter defender.
For sure.
You're trying to sell me, Jordan. You're trying to sell me that defense is more worried about Manu Ginobili.
I think Manu Ginobili was the Finals MVP. Manu Ginobili was being guarded by Tayshaun Prince, the same guy who was responsible for guarding Kobe Bryant in the year before. Was guarding Manu Ginobili.
So that's my point. Why are you acting like he wasn't being guarded like a number one option? You're making it seem like Manu was just a second thought to the defense.
That's not what I'm saying.
But that's what you implied. That's what you implied.
But that's easy for y'all to say that when you got Tim Duncan
it's
and Tony
easy to
Parker
say that
on
when
the
it's
team.
the truth, bro.
Yes, but you got Tim Duncan and Tony Parker on the team. Come on now. Like, you talking about guys two first.
It doesn't matter who's on the team. Just to Mars's point, it doesn't matter. Tayshaun Prince is guarding Manu Ginobili.
Mars, I had to deal. Whoa! Tim Duncan had to deal with Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace down there.
What does that have to do with Manu Ginobili?
My point was,
what does that have to do with Manu
Ginobili?
Ginobili?
The positions they play, Tim Duncan is going to get guarded by bigs that were never going to guard Manu anyway. It's not like Tim Duncan was taking away the guy who would naturally guard Manu. Ben Wallace isn't guarding Tim Duncan instead of Manu Ginobili. He was going to guard Tim Duncan. Rasheed was going to guard Tim Duncan because that's the position they play. The best perimeter assignment, the Raja Bells of the world, the Shane Battiers of the world, the Tayshaun Princes were guarding Manu Ginobili. The best possible defenders for the perimeter were the ones guarding Manu Ginobili.
Yes, but
I get that point. Hold on, Jordan. Keep going, Mars. And I 100% get that point. And your stance was the fact that him having to deal with Tayshaun Prince and him doing what he did against Tayshaun Prince, which would warrant him being the Finals MVP.
No, he deserved the Finals MVP because he was the best player in the series.
And I rebut that with the fact that, one, Tim Duncan had to deal with way more double teams. That's number one. Number two, Tim Duncan had to deal with Ben Wallace, who was at that point arguably the best defensive player in the game, not the best post defender in the game. He was arguably the best defensive player in the game. And on top of that, and on top of that, having to stick his nose in there and battle with Ben Wallace, having to battle.
How it's way easier to send a double team to somebody on the block than it is send somebody a double out on the wing. You send certain doubles out on the wing, you screw up your whole defense. It's easy to double down on the guy that's catching the ball at the block.
I don't know why
we're also aware like the Spurs, I mean the Pistons shrunk the floor on Manu Ginobili every time he was out there. So like it's not double teams, but they were shrinking the floor. That like obviously like this is just the 2000, this is the mid 2000s. So the floor was shrunk. Right. The spacing was not good. Tim Duncan's on the low block. So Manu Ginobili's not just working with a bunch of space. So like it's not
on top of that, chill. I'll tell you right now, the truth about this is the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is Tayshaun Prince had a harder time with Manu than he did with Kobe.
I don't know if I hate that.
I mean, that's fine.
Based on just those series.
Okay, I hate that.
Just don't.
Don't let Ox, bro. This the thing. Ox is
Jordan. That's a fact, Jordan. That's a fact.
This the thing. Ox is number one Manu Ginobili fan. Don't let him psyop y'all into believing this foolishness.
Y'all watched it. Y'all seen the series.
Don't let Ox psyop y'all into this foolishness.
Guarding the other.
I'm saying he had more success. I'm saying he had more success.
How
about the word?
Manu Ginobili had more success against Tayshaun Prince than Kobe.
Yeah, more success. That's what I mean.
How about we take easy off the table and say less difficult? How about that?
No, but even then,
I'll just say Manu had more success against Tayshaun than Kobe did.
He just did it well. Versus he might have found it easier guarding Manu.
Time dealing with Ginobili than he did Bryant.
Can I ask y'all something? I want to ask y'all something.
Than he did on Manu.
And then I think this will really clarify some things for me. Jordan, who do you think could be a better number one on the team? Of course, it's a hypothetical. A Manu-led team or a Jaylen Brown-led team?
As far as like individually or team-wise?
Like a better number one in that team having
individually or team-wise? Like individual or team wise?
I guess a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that high on Jaylen Brown as number one, but so I'll probably say Manu just because because I like the way like Jaylen Brown takes some very questionable ass shots, bro. And I don't know how much as a distributor can Jaylen Brown be, so I would go Manu. Like I'm not that high on Jaylen Brown is good way all around
better. Manu all around better than Jaylen. Like all around
for sure. Because if you let Manu do what Jaylen Brown does on the Celtics, and some of that stuff Jaylen Brown does on the Celtics is very ignorant. But it's like, bro, I'm gonna take Manu. It's not for me. It's not even really a question. Jaylen Brown is scripted to do what he's supposed to do, and he does it sometimes, bro. Sometimes.
No, Jaylen Brown is dope, bro. But Manu's just better.
Not a number one option. He's a good number two, but he's gonna run his mouth like he's a number one option. But he's a good number two.
Do he run?
My thing is though, I don't.
He definitely run his mouth.
I don't understand why we act like we haven't seen third options become competent second and first options, and like we haven't seen second options become competent number one options. And I'm gonna give you guys some examples.
Please.
Jordan was running with Scottie Pippen. Jordan retires. Scottie Pippen steps into that role and looks like he was born to be a number one option. Hold on, because I'm gonna keep going. Manu Ginobili, obviously, he didn't get the luxury of doing this, so we got to skip over him. Let's go.
No, we don't. Because we saw him in the Olympics. No, we don't. Because we saw him in the Olympics. Keep going.
Chill. The Olympics is only about 8 games.
It's different, but that's the closest you're gonna get.
That's the closest we're gonna get. So we saw him in the Olympics. Keep going.
Y'all. It was me and Rashad McCants versus everybody in the playback. Kobe's an example. We can go with Kobe.
I was on your side, but
that might not be the best example. So let's go to some other ones. Let's go to guys like
James Harden.
Thank you, Mars. That's exactly who I was looking for. James Harden was a number 3 option. James Harden came off the bench. James Harden. We knew James Harden was good, but did we think James Harden was going to be this good? One more guy too. Jalen Brunson. Nobody, if you tell me with a straight face that you thought Jalen Brunson was going to be this good, you're just this good.
You're just lying. Not this good. Nobody, but give him his own team. You thought he was going to be something. I mean, he did the same thing with the Mavericks.
He said not this good. So
not this good, but we knew it's going to be something like that.
Top 5.
Ron, but he did carry Luka to the Western Conference Finals.
Come on now.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know
even
about
after all of that, even after what he did at Villanova, nobody thought he was going to
I
be
didn't think he would be this
this
good.
good.
I thought he could be an all-star. That's as far as I went.
Like,
He could be an
that's
all-star
it.
caliber.
But Mars,
Speaking of-
I thought he
speaking
was
of-
gonna be an all-star. Is damn good.
I thought he was going to be good. I remember when the trade was made because people, not the trade, when he signed the contract. This was the old Players' Choice show, the Wednesday and Sunday show. And they were asking if they thought it was an overpay. I was the only one who said no. I think this is a very good deal for New York. I thought Jalen Brunson had all-star level potential.
Yeah,
but he has a case to be the third best point guard in the NBA.
that's going on.
I
right
didn't see
now.
that coming. I didn't see that coming. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see that
So
coming.
chill,
And I was-
Speaking
Back
of
in the day,
real
chill.
quick,
Did y'all
real
not
quick.
acknowledge how good like James Worthy was because he was playing with Magic and Kareem? Or like,
That's a
But-
great
but-
game.
but-
That's
but-
a great
but-
game,
but-
James Worthy.
But you
Yeah,
know
but
what we
damn
didn't
good.
do? I'm glad you brought that up, real talk. But you know what we didn't do? We never said he was better than Magic. We never did that. No, even though he
Yeah,
won
but
the
he
Finals MVP, nobody
he
never
was-
said that.
'Cause he
Nobody
was-
never said that. And
Hey,
I just
Mars,
heard this
Mars.
dude up over top of me, Ox. Manu Ginobili's not better than James Harden. No, he isn't, man. Stop. Don't do that.
Hey, and
he's
Mars,
not
Mars,
better than
me and you gonna have to.
That's your opinion.
No, he isn't. No,
Mars,
Ox, he's not
That's
better
your
than James
opinion.
Harden.
I got my opinion.
No,
Yo,
Ox.
Mars,
we
without
can
the
agree on
invite,
that.
man.
If
Hold on, Ron,
you
hold on,
saying
Ron,
like
I got
the
some-
all
Yo,
around basketball
we got to
player
move
for-
on, y'all, because
Yeah,
I got to get to
yeah.
these super chats, and we
Hey,
still got to
just-
do this versus.
Just one thing that I gotta say to Mars, and I gotta come on Mars Talk Sports without an invite. I'm tapping in. Me and you gonna have that debate about Magic not being in the conversation for the greatest of all time. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy.
Mars knows that's
It
crazy
is.
too.
No,
You know
it's
That's
he's
not.
crazy.
He's just-
That's
He's just
crazy.
trolling when he says that.
Does-
Chill. I
okay,
can't believe they let
I'll
him
ask
pick
one
on you
simple
like
question.
that.
I'll
Chill.
ask one simple question. Does Magic Johnson have a case to be better than Michael Jordan to you?
He has a case. Yes, he has a case.
You would make that case, and you'd believe that case.
No, I don't. My opinion, I would take Mike, but he's in a conversation, bro. This man went to the finals.
So you think there's a
8 times out of
conversation
10
to be had?
years.
I want to clarify. I mean, move on. You think there's a conversation to be had between who's better between Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan?
Yes, Mars. The generation
Yes.
above me, a lot of them
Hey,
had
generation
Magic.
above
as
me
well.
had
You
that
be-
conversation too.
You believe that? You believe that? You are not welcome on my channel.
Oh, see, look,
You know
he's
what?
gatekeeping now.
That's
Mars
crazy.
gatekeeping now.
I'm
I'm
Mars
not letting
gatekeeping
someone
now.
come on my
Give me the cheap
page
seats,
who
and I'm gonna
thinks,
end
oh,
this
Mike
conversation
Johnson and
and
Michael
I'm
Mars
Jordan is better.
gatekeeping
I
now.
don't know.
Hold on, Chill. Say
just
that
what-
again, Chill.
So
And
I'm
then
gonna
after
end
this, we got to move on.
I know we got to move on. In 1991, when Magic Johnson retired after they lost in the NBA Finals, in 1991 in June, he was 31 years old. I was going to get, at minimum, 4 more years of Magic at that level. They win, and if in my estimation, seeing what they did, I get more all-league performances from Magic. Not only do I get more all-league performances from Magic, I get more all-stars from Magic. I think they go to the finals in 93. I think they beat that Phoenix team that they were up 2-0 on if Magic was on that team. So he gets back to the championship again. That happens. So if I get 4 more years, and I was doing the numbers because we're talking about a player, Mars. That's who we're talking about in particular. I was doing the numbers. If I get 4 more years of Magic, who retired in his prime at 31 years old, if I get 4 more years at that level doing that, Magic retires in 1996 at 36 years old. He's got over 24,000 points and 15,000 assists, Mars. That's what I'm looking at from Magic Johnson. If you're going to tell me that a guy
Is he
who played
better than
16
Michael
years,
Jordan?
if he plays 16 years, that he ain't in a GOAT conversation, I don't know
Is
what
he
it is.
better than Michael
A lot
Jordan?
of people
Crazy,
think he
bro.
is, Mars. A lot of
For
people
sure.
think he is.
Okay,
For
okay,
sure.
And I will not talk to those people.
That's
He's
fine.
not
Those
better
people,
than Michael Jordan.
those people won't talk
fine.
to you. That's
Well,
fine.
Mars, but
We will never know each other.
you saying
We will
that
never know
doesn't
each other.
you saying that proves our
The
point.
reason
though.
why he isn't in the GOAT
Like
conversation
it's certain
is
people
because
like
he
if you
hasn't
think
been.
somebody's
He's
the
more of
GOAT,
a
you
better
think
than
somebody's the GOAT.
Yeah.
But you
That's what it is
saying
more
that is
than
not the
anything.
end all be all in the GOAT conversation.
That's why he's not
what
in
we're
the GOAT
talking about. It
conversation.
is a GOAT conversation.
Conversation.
I
It
can't
is a
sit
conversation
here.
for sure.
Nobody can talk me off my Kareem pivot. Whether you think he's the GOAT, whether you think
That's
I'm
fine. That's
whether you
fine,
think
that's
I'm
fine.
capping, whether you
If
think I'm an
we're-
idiot, whether you
because
think
if
I'm
you're
right.
saying-
You
if
can't
Chill's
talk me.
saying if Magic Johnson played 4 more years, it's a conversation. Then it's not a conversation.
But
No, it's a conversation without him.
I just
8 out of
told you
10
that
is
there
crazy.
are people
And
that
that's
believe
fine.
that
I'm
Magic
It's more of
telling
a
you,
what if.
and I'm
Mars.
telling you,
It's
there's
more of
people
a
who think
what if.
No,
Paul George
chill.
is the
No, it's
greatest
not
of
no
all
what
time.
if.
That does
I
not
think
mean
it's a
Paul
what if.
George is in the GOAT
Chill.
conversation.
8
I don't
out of
think-
10
heard
times. Chill.
multiple
8 out of
players.
10
Paul
times they
George
went
is
to
in
the
the GOAT
finals.
George is the
conversation.
GOAT. I have
9
heard
times in 12
multiple
years.
players say Kevin
You know how
Durant is the
crazy
GOAT.
that is,
If
chill.
I say Paul George isn't in the GOAT conversation, are you then gonna be like, Hey, well, I've heard these players say.
But I think
Nah, I ain't never heard
I think it's more people than you're
That's
actually
fine. That it
willing
probably
to
is more people.
admit.
Yeah, there's
It
people
willing
who
to
say
admit,
Because I
yes.
will say
he's the
this.
greatest. That's fine. I don't care. He's not in the
To Ock's point, my dad, who is 58, 59, swears up and down that Magic Johnson is better than Michael Jordan. Like he tells me that all the time. Like so that generation, that kind of like that age group or whatever, like they will. That is an actual conversation for a lot of those people.
But
Like,
once again, you had to be there to watch the way Magic used to bust Jordan's ass. You had to be there in the 80s to watch the way that Magic tortured the league, to watch the
A
way
lot
that
of
Magic
people
slaughtered
remember
everybody.
when Magic and Bird was beating up on like the post. Like us, we look at Jordan way different than some of them other people. Them people remember when he couldn't beat the bad boy Pistols. The people remember when he was 0 for forever against Larry Bird. The people remember when Larry and Magic was running the league while he was there. They don't have that perfect like idolatry of Michael Jordan that some of the generations that came after.
You're not making the case for Magic Johnson as the greatest of all time without contradicting it in a way that will put someone else above Magic Johnson.
Oh, I'm not saying
that's fine.
If you make the case for Magic
Mark.
Johnson over Michael Jordan, your case is probably going to end up with based on that logic, how is Kareem not better than Magic? Or if you put Magic Johnson above Michael Jordan and Kareem,
still a conversation.
Or based on that logic, how isn't LeBron James better than Magic Johnson? Whatever lens you go down, you're going to end up with Magic Johnson by that own criteria being second to someone. By that definition, to me, that means if you have no case that's logically consistent to have Magic Johnson as the greatest of all time, that to me means you aren't in the GOAT conversation. To me, being in the GOAT conversation means you have to have a case that's logically consistent to have you at number one. Not a case that gets you at number two every time. Not a case that gets you at number one, but is very logically inconsistent that leads you to having some clear bias. It's like, well, I just don't value this, even though I said I value it for Magic, but I don't value it for this guy. That's not logically consistent. So that wouldn't count. If you have a logically consistent case that has Magic Johnson as the greatest of all time, that stays consistent all the way throughout all of your rankings, I will listen to it. It will probably be a stupid case. I will listen to it and I'll say, okay. But more often than not, if you have a case for Magic Johnson as the greatest of all time, you are more than likely going to contradict it in some way based on that criteria, because someone else will end up inevitably above Magic Johnson based on that criteria. Unless your criteria
can't we do the same thing, Mars?
Which
is a fair statement, but can't we do the same thing with these other guys? Because as good as Jordan was, where Jordan has a case for being the best player in the league for James has a case for being the best player in the league for time. Jabbar has a case for being the best player in the league for time. Magic, and the same thing that we use for these guys, we do the same thing for Magic. Don't forget, Magic was the Finals MVP twice before 23 years old. That's going on. He was the league MVP 3 times in 4 years, and in back-to-back seasons. He revolutionized the point guard position. So to your point, Mars, when you say that the case has to be valid and that you can't contradict it, everything that you say about Jordan, everything that you say about Jabbar, everything that I say about Jabbar, everything I say about James, I can say that about Magic if he played more time. That's why I can't say that about him, because he didn't hang around. That's why I still need those 4 more years.
Not really. He did what he did in 2 years before he retired.
That's why I need those.
From what we've seen from the eye test, Magic is far and away the best passer that the game has ever seen. Far and away.
Yes.
So he has that.
Point guard too.
He has that.
Okay. Yes.
A winner. Through and through. Dominated the decade. Rebounded the NBA.
Times.
Hey, the eye test will tell you how spectacular he is. But here's another thing too. We talk about unicorns and being one of one and all of that. Magic Johnson is a 6'9" point guard, the best passer ever, a floor general like none other, a gazelle running the floor with the ball. We will never see another Magic Johnson. We may see another KD. We probably won't see another Bron. We may see another.
We probably will never see another KD either. By the way,
we're gonna see another KD before we see another Magic. I'm gonna put it that way.
Okay.
But everything just said applies to LeBron James.
Right, but the thing about everything that Mars said, that was all circumstantial, because Mars said if your criteria this, and you know the criteria argument. Well, if we don't know these people's criteria, I'm not willing just to say that. All I know is for a fact, I know for a fact, especially growing up in California, my people are from LA. I grew up around Magic Johnson lovers. That's all. It's all Magic Johnson. So that's why I'm so comfortable saying that there is a fact. And maybe a lot of people, Mars, you live over there, so maybe you don't know a lot of people from California in that generation. You know what I'm saying? So I do. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that there is a large community of people that will die on Magic Johnson clears Michael Jordan. Now, whether or not we agree with them or not, that's up to
okay. And I want to make it clear, and then we can move on.
If you don't know their criteria, you can't say
Magic Johnson is the GOAT.
Right, I know, but what I'm saying is if you don't know their criteria, you can't say that their criteria isn't consistent or doesn't line up. Circumstantially, you can say that, but until you know what the criteria is,
without obviously interviewing everyone who has Magic Johnson,
right? Of course, so that's what I'm saying. So just because you disagree with it, you know what I'm saying? It's just fine. It's okay to disagree. We could just agree to disagree. It's easy. It's no big deal.
Okay. And just so you know, Ox, I lived on the other side of the country, and my best friend was a Magic guy. Just so we clear. So it's not like
a lot of people are too.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't
a lot
and I was a Jordan guy growing up. My best friend was a Magic guy. I couldn't tell him nothing about Magic. And we on the other side of the country. We ain't even in California at that time.
Right.
We on the other side of the country. So
yeah, and it's fine though. I mean, I got Magic. Y'all know I got Magic at 3. And you know what I'm saying? But I still think he did enough to be able to, be respected and considered as that, top guy.
All right, and the last super chat wanted us to acknowledge underappreciated players. I ain't get a chance to say anybody, so I'm gonna just say Gary Payton, marvelous Marvin Williams. Another
stop,
Seattle
Ron,
guy. Y'all might
with
not
the
know
bullshit. Gary Payton is not underappreciated, Ron.
Yes, he is.
Stop.
100%.
Gary Payton is not
is.
underappreciated.
He's not talked about enough. He's not talked about enough. I'm gonna just put it that way. He's not talked about enough.
Is Gary Payton who's in your estimation, Ron, today? January 2025, in your estimation, Ron, who is the best defensive point guard in NBA history in your estimation?
Gary Payton.
Gary Payton. Okay. Now, is Gary Payton, in your estimation, a top 10 point guard all time?
When we did our point guard list,
can you name 10 league guards better than Gary Payton?
I'm confident you had him top 10. I'm confident you had him top 10.
100%.
I'm gonna just say yes. I don't know. I'm not gonna bother to go through my list, but I'm gonna say yes.
I'm confident you had
him 8, 9, or 10, somewhere in that range.
You think so? He's the best defensive guard, and I don't think that's just. I don't think that's a minority thing. I think that's the majority of people who think Gary Payton is the best defensive point guard in NBA history. I don't think that's news. And he's a top 10 point guard all time. I think he was to Ron. I think he's a top 10 point guard too.
When Ron says underappreciated, I don't think Ron's saying he underappreciates Gary Payton. I think he's saying the consensus does. If the consensus doesn't think he's a top 10 point guard, I think Ron might say he's underappreciated. I think that's what he's talking about. Or maybe people just don't talk about him enough.
That's all I'm saying is he's not talked about enough. When's the last time we talked about Gary Payton? Gary Payton got mentioned.
Yesterday. We talked about Gary Payton yesterday.
And why did he get mentioned?
Because Mitch Richmond's better than him.
We did. We did bring him up yesterday.
We brought him up to say, he played for that Lakers team in his elder years. We don't talk about Sonic's Gary Payton. Or the Heat team.
When Westbrook getting a ring, it was like Gary Payton won a ring.
I bring that up, Ron,
that's right,
because you said that he's underappreciated. And in the NBA community, with league guards, we talk about Gary Payton all the time.
We talk about Steve Francis more than we talk about Gary Payton.
No,
that's Adam West.
We talk about Steve Francis. We talk about Baron Davis. We talk about those guys in the 2000s more than we talk about Gary Payton.
In the 2000s, we talk about Gary Payton a lot more when we're talking about Stockton and we're talking about Magic. We bring up Gary Payton all the time.
We don't. When's the last time we talked about GP?
Yeah, I don't think Gary Payton gets brought up that
at all.
No,
we don't talk about Jason Kidd either.
I might agree with you though, Ron.
He gets more spins than
Jason Kidd gets.
He deserves more spins.
No, he does.
To Frank's point,
I mean, what conversations are you having to have him brought up, Ron? Like what?
I don't know.
Yeah, Mr. Host, talk about it.
I think that's we just don't bring him up.
I just talked about it.
What's your issue? You want to talk about GP?
And you will bring up Peja Stojakovic? And we don't bat an eye? I'm just
And
saying.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not up here talking. We don't talk about Peja enough. If I want to talk about Peja, I'm just gonna bring up Peja. I'm not gonna be up here.
Yeah, Ron, you gotta take some responsibility. Why don't you bring up
Exactly.
Because I'm just the host.
Nah,
That's
take some
it.
accountability, man.
I'm
Take some
just the
accountability.
host.
Take some
I
accountability.
rep in the background, you know, but
You're not doing your job. That's
Ron, you weak as hell. I would never let Peja go out like that.
Yeah,
Peja let himself go out like that.
This is the only basketball I showed that consistently talks about Domantas Sabonis, and that's because Ox go make sure you say Domantas Sabonis
exactly.
2-3 times a
One
show.
just be letting these guys
And
get
Ron,
and then complain.
I'm just the panelist.
Facts.
Lock in, Ross.
But Masinko said 3 worst guests y'all had was due yesterday. Jack, I'm assuming Jack Cody and Jalen Carter. Dion is an honorable mention.
Damn.
That's not cool.
Hey, Jordan, you're not in the bottom.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, y'all. It's time to go ahead and jump into it.
Yo, Jordan, you better stop letting Mars do you like that.
I said
Bro.
good work. That was praise. What you mean?
Bro, I'm not worried about Mars at all, bro. I see Mars in the comments. That's okay. I'm pulling up to his show and ain't nothing he can do about it. And if you don't let me pull up, I'm striking your channel, gang. That's all I'm doing. I'm
My
striking
channel
it.
gets struck, then it's over.
I'm,
It's GG's.
I'm striking it. It is what it is. I'm pulling up without an
that's
invite. It is what it is.
Okay.
Hey, it's okay. One or the other. You can't have both.
I'll just get an extra day off. It is what it is.
It's okay.
All right, y'all. Here's how we rock in. These are the categories for this Luka versus SGA versus. We got athleticism. We got handles. We got passing, rebounding, post scoring, mid-range scoring, 3-point shooting or 3-point scoring, if you will, and finishing. Then we got defense, efficiency, intangibles, who's better in the clutch, who has a better IQ, and then overall, who's just better.
Okay. And this is just in general who we think is better or like this season?
Luka hasn't necessarily played so much this season, but to the level that Luka's been at.
Okay, so just general.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic, how you know Luka Doncic. Okay.
Luka, how we know Luka, and SGA obviously has opened a lot of our eyes. So SGA, as we know SGA.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. Mars, we're gonna start with you.
Okay.
We're gonna go Mars, Ox, Chill. I'm gonna go with my man Real Talk, and then we got Jordan.
I'm always last.
You want to go first?
Nope.
You in my bottom three. You in my bottom three.
Man. It's okay. Mars really got love for me. It's okay though. I know he just do that. It is what it is. He young
Jordan,
enough to be
you'll see PC Weekend. Mars gonna be sitting next to you, laughing, giggling.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll be pissed if you do that because I was trying to talk to Mars and Mars was looking at me like, bro, would you please?
Me and Mars had a conversation
get your
about
bloody
that.
conversation away from me. Hey, but look, I'm old enough now to say Mars is young enough to be my son. I'm old enough now. I can finally say that.
It was just your birthday, right?
No, Thursday is.
Oh, okay. I'm not.
Jordan, you was having babies at 7?
No, Mars is good. Mars in his teenage years, man. It's okay.
Yeah, Mars only 15, but I mean that still would mean
16.
you had a baby when you was
11,
13.
You a victim. That's what you are. But
that's crazy. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's get into
that's
it.
Crazy. That's crazy work, Mars.
All right.
Jordan's trying to be an old head so bad.
Mars is on you. First, we got Luka Doncic versus SGA. The first category we got is athleticism.
This is a sweep. It's my guy Shavonte, man.
Who?
You don't know SGA's government name? That's crazy. Disrespectful. I would say SGA.
What,
you didn't know that, Ron?
Shavonte?
Yeah, you ain't know Shavonte.
I had no clue.
Come on, man.
Why would you go by Shavonte when you go by Shai? That's a lot cooler. Somebody being like Shavonte, like that's a little crazy work. Then they put the T on the end.
SGA.
It's a good thing he was good at basketball because he would have had a hard time finding a job.
Boy, Shavonte is a crazy name.
I was thinking about that. Like you can't put that on no job application.
You can't put it on though. You can put it on the album cover though.
Facts.
You can do that.
Damn, Shavonte gotta be associated with a mixtape.
He a white. Never mind.
I feel you.
Ron. I mean, Luka does stop. so good. You know, he slows down so good. But I'm gonna go with SGA.
Chill.
SGA.
Real talk.
SGA.
Jordan.
I'm gonna go with SGA, man. Come on.
All right. We got a sweep for SGA on athleticism. Now we going with the handle. Who has the better ball handles? Luka or SGA? Mars.
SGA.
Ox.
That's a little. It's a little tougher. It's a little tougher. Damn. You know what? I'm gonna go with Luka. I'm gonna go with Luka, right? I'm going with Luka on that. I like because Luka, he get the SGA do it too, but Luka can keep his dribble alive, more like how Nash used to do it. Get there on the block and keep his dribble alive and go to work. I'm going with Luka. I'm going with Luka.
All right. Chill.
Luka.
Real talk.
Shai, and actually by a considerable gap too. Shai got a better handle than Steph Curry, so of course he got a better handle than Luka.
Let's chill out. Let's chill out. Easy. Let's relax.
Real talk. I'm seeing you eye to eye right now. I'm just like
I'm saying
I'm
like
seeing you eye
That's
to
because
eye
y'all the
now.
same height.
hey,
Would you? Can you elaborate on that though?
I'm picking up what
Please.
you're putting down right now. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying.
Definitely,
I'm
definitely.
saying,
saying,
like-
I'm not saying I 100% agree, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. That's what I'm saying.
Shai handle is ridiculous, bro. It's tight. He can get to anywhere he wants to on the floor. The fact that he can consistently get to that mid-range jumper whenever he wants because of his handle. I think Steph definitely had a great handle, but it was more predicated on his ability to shoot more so than creating space with the handle like SGA does on a consistent basis. So for me, I got Shai. I don't
Real
really
talk,
see Shai turning the ball over. I don't see him getting ripped. I
That
don't
matters.
see none of that.
That matters.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about like getting to that mid range, I mean, I think that some of that has to do with athleticism. Some of it does, and at that part I won't argue. But with Curry, I mean, that handle also stayed tight, and it's only two dribbles to get to. It's only two dribbles to get to the mid range. It's not like it's a bunch of different dribbles. Plus, Curry's combination when he countered, just like Shai has a great counter, Curry has that behind the back exchange. Curry has that step back where he creates separation and has the ball on the string still, just like Luka does. And the fact that Luka's even bigger, I think that has a lot to do with it too.
Well, chill, because somebody in the chat was talking about Luka just uses his body. Well, that's a part of handling the ball.
That's 100% a part of handling the ball.
So you got to that where a lot of youngsters will laugh about how Magic used to crab dribble when he pass half court and he put his back on you and do that. They laugh at it like, oh, you're posted up on the 3-point line, not understanding how when you're 6'9", you got to protect the ball from dudes that are 6'1" and still be able to see the floor and make decisions. And on top of that, when you put your back on it, you can spin off and go this way, put the ball in your other hand, other things. So when Luka's using his body, that's a part of handling the ball. Handles aren't just do. It's about not letting them touch the ball and you still being able to do what you want to do with it. I think Luka got it.
but Shai has good ball security too, though. It's like Shai not getting ripped.
Yeah, when I said Luka, it wasn't just obvious. I had to think about it for a second. Because SGA got it.
Okay, but hold on. It's my turn though, because I didn't get to answer. I'm going Luka too though. The reason why I would go Luka, number one, Luka is what, 6'8"?
Yes.
Still got that same handle Shai has. Like Ox said, he still got that body control. And one of the things that I like about Luka is the change of direction when he dribbles. Like the ability to plant his foot, change direction, and counter at the same time. I think I'm in favor of Luka because I'm biased to it, but I just think that Luka just got a better handle. And I don't think that's Shai's game. Like, I don't think Shai's game is to sit up there and do all the dribbles that Luka does. That's not really his game.
Y'all don't watch Shai enough then.
Yeah,
Jordan,
I
don't know what we talking about right now.
His game is not that.
I understand.
Yes, it is.
That makes sense.
No, his game is efficient. Shai got a very efficient game, bro.
But Jordan, if you say you biased, if you say you bias, what unfair advantage are you giving to Luka over SGA? That makes you
the
bias.
height and the change
I
direction.
mean, he's
The height and the change
6'6",
direction.
6'6" and 6'8" is this.
He like 6'5". He like 6'5".
He like 6'5". Luka damn near 6'9". Have you ever seen Luka in person? Luka damn near 6'9".
6'5" to 6'8". It's 6'5" to 6'8".
They both getting hype. Shai 6'5", Luka 6'7".
No, Luka 6'8".
But I think
every
Shai,
bit
I
of
think
6'8".
I think Shai changed
Yeah,
Luka every bit of 6'8".
I think Shai way more agile. I think Shai stop on a dime and go different directions. I think Shai got more counters with his handle. I think Shai's navigating.
I don't know. Luka got a lot of counters.
I just think Luka.
Elite ball handlers in the league. Of course, they both have a lot of counters. Like I'm not like one has no counters, the other one has.
So Mars, when you bring up SGA with that counter, I mean Luka with that between the leg exchange and then bump you. I still got to hold on to the rock when I get bumps and I get physical, and then and then when he gets bumped, he steps back when the defense comes through. When the defense comes up, he's got that headsy where he throws the ball right in front of him. And he gets you off balance, but he's still got the peel in his hands, and he still hasn't turned the ball over, and he's able to fire it whether it's to the corner, whether it's to the baseline. He's still able to do that stuff. That's a part of ball handling. When I think about Luka, he's got that thing on a string at 6'8".
He does. Like we're talking about two elite ball handlers. Like I'm not about to be like one has a bad handle because he doesn't.
Right, not at all.
I just think when you look at SGA and like SGA is able to absorb contact, initiate contact. He's able to take bumps as well. And then you've got like the change of pace, like when Shai looks like he's retreating and then he brings it back towards the rim.
Exactly.
And you got the variation of pickups and stuff. So like he'll bump someone, make it look like he's taking a step back jumper, and then all of a sudden he's doing high pickups into right hand layups. Like he's doing ridiculous
splitting
things.
Double teams. I know Luka
like
splits double teams.
He's splitting double teams with high
and
low pickups. And then like you just got like the change of direction thing. Like that's not even close to me. Like SGA is stopping on a dime, going left, right, up, down. He's going all over the place. But like it's also he's going all over the place in a way that's like the ball is staying within his box. He's not the ball's not outside of his control. Like he's going wherever he wants, but the ball's on the string the whole time. And then like I said, I still think he has more counters. I think Luka's an elite ball handler, especially for his size. He might be the best 6'8" ball handler ever. But just like I think sometimes when you're smaller, you do have an advantage in terms of handle. Mm-hmm. If Kyrie was 6'8", would he have the best handle ever? Probably not, but he's 6'2", and he has a tremendous handle. I think SGA has an elite handle, and some of it is because he's smaller, so he has a benefit. I think the argument for Luka is like his use of his body is amazing, and also he just dribbles way more. So like turnovers and stuff is like that's more likely to happen when you dribble way more. Luka also has to deal with like blitzes at a rate that Shai doesn't have to because like he runs more pick and rolls. So like I understand like those arguments for Luka. I just think when it comes down to just pure handling the ball, I think SGA is able to get to more spots on the floor with with more counters. Not saying Luka doesn't have all of those spots himself or doesn't have a bunch of counters. Like we're picking heads. I just think SGA is I think SGA is one of
SGA's like his pace
best ball handlers
is
in the league,
crazy.
So.
That's like his pace with the ball is insane. Like he always has his defender just off balance because you can't really like time his dribbles. It's like
he can also do things faster than Luka too. Like Luka's going slow.
It's crazy.
Like being able to.
I think Shai really probably already in my top 5 all time. Like
ball handlers.
I'm not. Yes, I think he's that good with the ball. As far as like scoring moves and a tight handle,
I don't know about top 5 because like Chris Paul got a hell of a handle. James Harden, Kyrie, of course. I know you got Kyrie.
I think you missed a whole bunch of people with a handle.
No,
I don't know about top 5. I don't know about top 5.
Yeah, but, you missed a lot of people with a handle.
It's possible. I don't think I would have him there just off the top of my head.
He wasn't nicer. He wasn't nicer than Irv with the pill. He wasn't nicer than Chris Paul with the pill. He ain't nicer than Kenny Anderson with the pill. He ain't nicer than Ross Strickland with the pill. I don't think he's nicer than Luka with the pill. I don't think he's nicer than James Harden with the pill. I mean, I could keep going. No.
I'm a disagree with Luka.
Here's the thing though, too. The ball handling that Shai do, it's not necessarily all that wide and it's not as flashy. But if you want, it's a lot of it goes with his counters. So it's like we may be like downgrading his handle just because his counters are so nasty, or we might not be giving his handle enough credit for his counters. When Shai spins off of you and then does a step back and then goes forward, it looks more like a counter more than it is a handle. Kyrie is a wizard with the ball. Shai is a wizard with his footwork and the way he contorts and moves his body. But in order to do that with the ball,
is to drive right, absorb contact, step back left, and in one motion go between the legs back right.
That's insane.
That's
impossible.
ridiculous.
Yo, it's impossible. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's impossible.
Can I say the same thing about Luka? You know how difficult it is at 6'8" to drive left, to get bumped, keep the rock on your hip, get bumped, step back, step back, and fake like you're gonna shoot. Get the defender off balance, throw that bitch across your body, keep that handle within, throw that bitch right across your body, keep that thing tight right here on your right, and then get to the rim and not turn the ball over and score the basketball. Man,
Luka's nutty with it too.
Luka's super
and
nice.
The thing about Luka is I've seen Luka make multiple dudes fall for game winners with the same crossover step back.
Hey,
he did it.
If
he did it to win the EuroLeague championship, and he did it. I think he did it to Rudy last year.
If he going left, he's stepping back.
He's stepping back. I said that 1,000 times. I got a scout report on that. I probably was the first one that broke that on the internet.
Don't matter. Hey, everybody knows that.
Yeah, because he's so strong. He creates separation. Like
with the bump.
And I agree with Ox. Handle is for sure more than just what your hands are doing with the ball. It's about using your body. It's about your feet. Your feet are tremendously important. Footwork, balance,
Mars. That's the most important thing in your hand.
Yeah, that's the most important thing to me. And like
SGA, teach a little kid how to dribble, boy. It's so hard, bro, because they so clumsy with their feet. They so uncoordinated, and they want to learn how to dribble and do step backs. You're like, bro, you get your ass on this ladder.
SGA can get into the tightest windows, and then he's also able to just navigate anywhere in the middle of the floor. I got SGA. Yeah, I got SGA. Like, no one's changing this one's tough. We're just praising both of them. Like,
I think this might be the toughest one, but we'll have to see. But shout out to Luka because he gets the win on this category. Next, we are moving.
Luka be picking up his dribble a lot too, by the way, as a Luka fan. Luka will get like around that free throw line area, and then he'll pick up his dribble and get to doing the pass fakes and all that, and then he'll bump you and turn around fade.
When you 6'8" and people digging at the ball, you're probably gonna have to pick up your dribble.
Yeah,
but that's part when you get why
I'm with you. I'm saying outside of you. I'm with you.
And when you get
Shai don't have to pick up his dribble like.
And when you get blitzed too, you pick the dribble up so you can get off the ball to get it back. And Luka does that a lot.
Also, too, what I can say is probably more of a detriment to Luka, which I gotta actually give him a compliment for this. Shai, when he's dribbling, he does some passing and playmaking, but Shai's looking to score. When Luka's dribbling, he's looking to make a play more than Shai. So if Luka picks up his dribble, and I know this with me being a point guard, there's a lot of times where if I was looking to score, I would have scored, but I'm looking to pass, and I'll pick up my dribble trying to pass to somebody, and it's like, I don't know if I want to throw that turnover. So
Luka don't do that.
Here comes Jordan with a grenade.
Luka when only time Luka look to pass is if it's a easy dime, or if he don't have a shot. That's what he's looking for.
Jordan
first.
With the bullshit. Jordan, stop, man.
Bullshitting, boy. I do scout reports on Luka all the time. Bro, Luka go to that basket. That's why he pump fake 1,000 times. That's why he pass fake all that. Because he trying to get a shot off. That's Luka.
He cooking right now.
So y'all don't think
only if he has to, Ron. Only if he has
bro. He's looking to score the ball.
Luka's for sure score first.
For sure. It ain't close. It's score first, play make here. He's just he's an excellent playmaker, though. I'm not taking that away from him. He's an excellent playmaker.
Yeah,
but he scores first for sure.
Player. Like,
his eyes is on that rim.
No, I get you, but do you understand what I'm saying though? Shai is damn near score only. Luka is I'm scoring,
not more than
but
Luka.
if you open, I'm a drop you off, or if I gotta skip pass.
No, not more than Luka, dog.
Wait a minute, though, Ron. But Luka being a score first guy, he uses that to set up the other stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get buckets to collapse the defense. First of all, you got a guy that's averaging 9-10 assists a game. He's not just getting to the bucket, not to get other people involved. That's not what he's doing. Now, sure, he might throw past this.
He don't get 9 assists on accident. Come on, Luka don't
get him off doubles. He get a lot of them off of doubles. A lot.
That's not what I'm saying.
I get what Jordan's saying, but it's like
you reaching.
It's Luka. I'm not reaching. No, I'm not reaching. 100%. It's Luka, so y'all don't want to admit it. He's very good at what he does, though.
He's not very good at it. No.
He's great at what he do.
Was very good at passing. Luka is exceptional. Don't do that with him.
No, he's extraordinary. He's extraordinary. But chill, we got to admit that the fact that a lot of the times, and so we go off the assist numbers, right? Well, yeah, if I'm passing the ball to wide open people because I only pass the ball I'm getting triple teamed, you're in the NBA. You should be able to knock down wide open.
Getting doubled. That's where his assists come from a lot of times.
I'm getting tripled. I'm getting doubled. Somebody's open.
Here's the difference.
And he has the ability to find that open player because he is a really good, an extraordinary passer. He is an extraordinary passer who decides to pass when he has to. You know what I mean?
So, ain't nothing wrong with that though. Chill. There's nothing wrong with that.
They sitting here doing
really
this.
good at it.
Are we really?
That's why he throws so many grenades.
I'm sitting there listening to you dudes tell me that a dude passes because he has to. So if I got 2 dudes on me, I have to pass the ball. I got 3 dudes on me. I have to pass the ball. That's smart. That's what you're supposed to do.
Why would I?
Hell, I got 3 guys.
Yeah, I'm not confused on why this is a negative.
That's not a negative. It's not a negative. It's like that's what he's good at.
Yeah,
this is the
thing. Score first, but
I got
it's also
3 guys on.
I said he was an extraordinary passer. He's extraordinary at finding an open man. That's a good thing.
I got 2 guys covering me. Pass the damn ball.
All right, y'all. We're going to move to the next.
He ain't passing it.
We're going to move to the next category, which, well, it happens to be passing.
Oh, this going to be a
sweep. That's a clean sweep. That's Luka.
Yeah, clear.
This is Luka. Yeah, this is
All
Luka.
right, cool. Well, I guess we can keep it pushing in. Luka sweeps in the passing department against SGA.
He a top 3 passer in the league, in my opinion. So
It's the best passer in the league.
Next.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, but
I don't agree with that. I don't think he's a better passer than Joker, but I think it's him and Joker.
Man, you don't got Trae Young up there, man. Trae Young is, man, God.
Thank you.
Boy, that'd be.
Well,
Boy,
top
we be
4. I'll say top 4. I'm gonna show some love to LeBron at this age.
Morris,
you ain't gonna show no love to Trae Young, Morris?
Trey's in my top 3. Calm down.
Oh, okay, all right. I gotta calm down. I was about to say the East Coast ain't got love for Snoop Dogg. I was about to say, come on now, don't do that.
Hey, Ron,
don't do that.
Hey, Ron, I swear to God, I'm about to pass out and have a stroke because I just heard Ox just say that Malik a better passer than Luka. I'm about to lose my fucking mind.
Wait, did you? Oh, I didn't hear that. Did you say
You
that?
just said that. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Hey, but you
Malik
see,
I thought everybody knew that.
So y'all want me to start? So y'all want me to start shoving Gary Payton's name in conversations he doesn't belong? Y'all want me to start bringing up Vladimir Radmanovic in conversations he doesn't belong in?
Hey, shout out to Vladimir Radmanovic.
Malik a better passer than
I'm about to.
Y'all got. I'm telling you, pay attention when Malik got that ball.
Attention to Malik. I praised it.
Malik.
I ain't gonna let Oxide me to believe in that. I'm not gonna let Oxide me to believe in that.
Hey, but Ox, here's the thing about Malik. I'm not saying he can't pass, but he damn near just as worse as Luka Doncic.
No,
Malik
Ron.
Malik is looking. They'll jump in the air. Help me. Where am I passing to? Where am I passing to? And
Ron,
somebody
contrary to popular belief, Malik is pass first. He's looking to pass that basketball.
Your only pass Malik is looking to make is that little pocket pass to Sabonis after the little DHO or pick and roll.
All right.
Malik's a better interior passer than you're giving him credit for. He's a bad interior.
Malik is a hell of a passer, y'all.
He ain't better than Luka though.
I agree. He ain't no Luka Doncic.
He's not a grenade launcher. I know that.
Everybody's a grenade launcher. Everybody is.
Malik don't wait until there's 3 seconds left on the shot clock to decide. Well, maybe I'll pass it now.
That's because he scored first. That's his job when he come off the bench. He's a bucket getter.
All right, y'all.
I was just an offensive player at this point.
Next up, we got Luka versus SGA rebounding.
Luke?
Mars.
Yeah, sure. He gets more uncontested rebounds. Yeah, Luka.
Ox.
Yes, Luka's a better rebounder.
Chill.
Luka. His
Real
rebounding, his rebounding, not just as an uncontested rebounder. He rebounds on the offensive glass. He rebounds in traffic on the defensive end. He rebounds in the clutch.
I don't know how much he rebounds on the offensive glass, though.
Yeah,
he 100%.
I would venture to guess that Shai gets more offensive rebounds than Luka does. I'm guessing. I would guess. I might be wrong.
Chill. Could you do me a favor, Chill? Because I'm on this right now. Mm-hmm. Could you please stop using that term? Because when you use that term, you give it power. You make it real.
Uncontested rebound.
You make it real. You give it power. You know what I'm saying? You make people think that that's a real thing, Chill.
Uncontested rebounds, take that out.
Yeah, it's just not.
It is a real thing.
It's just not.
If no one around you, it's a made up thing. Like, okay. Like, cool, I guess. It's not like you did
Just like
anything
in
for the
football.
rebound.
Mars, you do understand. Mars, you do understand the
Right, uncontested catches, right? Like in football, like a wide receiver. Well, nobody was trying to grab your arms. You got the ball.
I know as a football player, you got to
But
work to get
that's- but
open.
that's
But as a
different because
rebounder,
you're
sometimes
meant
you
to be
just
guard.
outrun everybody, or you can see Dennis Rodman
just got
got a
a
lot of
good knack for
uncontested
the ball.
rebounds because he
Or-
see where
Got a
the
good
ball
knack
was
for the
coming.
ball.
Yeah, but,
and Mars, I don't
but
think
we can also understand that that's not what's happening with Luka's rebounds. It's not like he's just getting to the ball first and no one's around him because of that. No, it's because the ball's dropping to him.
Right.
I mean, he got a good kneck for the ball.
No,
I've
Yeah,
seen
but-
I've seen Luka
There's
box out.
nothing wrong with it. I'm just
It
saying.
ain't
I'm
like,
sorry,
I
Mars,
can
right
point
now-
that out. Like, I can point.
Right,
that
right.
out.
So,
Like,
Mars, my thing is like right now. So like I talk about it a lot. My son, he's just really starting to get into, like, he's been playing basketball for a while, but he's
Yep.
really now just starting to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm trying to teach him about anticipation, anticipating rebounds, anticipating steals. That way it looks easier. You know what I'm saying? If you anticipate where the ball is going, you get there. It's uncontested, but you got there. Now I know you're not necessarily talking about that all the time. You're talking about when they just come fall off the rim.
yeah.
That's still a rebound. Somebody got to go get it, bro.
It's
just-
still a rebound, but like, I'm not going to value that rebound as much as I'm going to value a rebound where Sabonis has to box out a guy and then grab the rebound with him on his back. Like, respectfully, they both count as a rebound on the stat sheet.
100% they do, Mars. I won't argue that
They
part.
do.
However,
But chill,
Mars,
we got to stop
Maybe you don't
giving
like
that
the
term power.
uncontested rebound,
But then here's
what
why.
I'm saying, some rebounds are more value than others. That's all I'm saying.
yes, 100%, Mars. And the rebounds that Sabonis gets, the ones that are uncontested, you know what? Maybe I don't feel like fighting with this dude. That doesn't lessen him
and
rebounding.
That's why Sabonis is an elite rebounder. That's
Right.
not the case with
So
Luka
the same,
Doncic.
so
That's what
the
I'm
same
saying.
logic. So the same logic can be said to guys like Luka. I don't want to fight with him.
No, it can't. No.
I don't want to stick my nose in there.
Luka
With
very
Luka.
rarely fights. Luka's very rarely boxing out. Luka,
He got good
It's
anticipation,
no
Mars.
way he gets 8 rebounds a game and they all just fall into his hands.
I never
And
said
right.
all
here's-
of
and here's all I'm
them.
gonna
I
say.
never
Here's
said
all-
all of them.
So
all right, but Mars,
okay,
here's
Mars.
all-
So of
here's
the
all I'm
9
gonna say.
rebounds, of the
Of
9
the 9
rebounds,
rebounds, I would say 6 of them anyone could get.
Okay, so Mars, this is all I'm gonna say.
That's crazy, Mar. That's
If
crazy.
and I'm gonna give you an example.
One day I'm gonna watch every Luka rebound of the season. I'm gonna tally them. One day I'ma do
Mars, here's all I'm gonna say. If I know that Luka is a rebounding magnet and the ball just comes off the hoop to
I'm gonna go
Luka,
following Luka.
I'm trailing Luka around everywhere. And I'm gonna give you an
And how would
example.
you
it.
do his
You'd
ass?
rather
Mar-
get back in transition. That's what you'd rather.
Mars,
do.
I'm gonna give you an example. When I had first freshly turned 21, and I started first going out for the first time, I had a homie.
Yep.
A lot of the chicks would classify him as a pretty boy. And
Yep.
he was a smooth talker. I knew one thing. Saturday night, I'm figuring out where he's going,
Because I'm with
where
him.
he gonna be at, because I'm gonna be with him, because I know I'm gonna get some uncontested rebounds. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
I can
If
walk
Bro,
you
it sound like
know
you
Luka-
describing my life.
If you know
Bro, it
that
sound like you
Luka,
describing my
if you
life,
know
man.
Luka's
Come
a
on, man.
rebounding
Yes,
magnet,
sir. I can get with
stick
that.
around him because it might just fall into your hands. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ron
get with
describing
that.
me. Ron
I'm
describing me.
gonna just start watching some Luka Doncic rebounds. I'm gonna just start tallying them during the show. We're gonna see what happens. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep answering, but I'm just gonna keep an eye and see what's going on.
He
All
can't
right,
grab
but-
all of them, Ron. He can't grab all of them.
He can't.
can't.
He can't.
You only can do one at a time or two sometimes.
Hey,
but
if in
one at
fact
a
he
time, most of
wasn't
the
just a
time.
good rebounder, so hey,
he's a good
He sold you the
lobber.
Rockets
Hey,
all the
that's
time,
a-
too.
that's
Hey.
for real.
Yo,
That's
too, boy, I know what
for
you
real.
mean, boy. I know what you mean, boy. I see.
Hey,
where
I'm
you
out.
coming
I'm out there playing my best Daniel Gafford role.
at. Yeah, boy.
But-
Hey, boy. It was CP and Blake Griffin in there. Hey, I'm just letting you know. Just
But
letting
all
you
right,
know.
so we're gonna move on to the next category. I think this one should be a pretty good one too. We got post scoring. Who's better between Luka and SGA?
Mars.
Luka.
Do we consider the mid-range post scoring?
Nah, we got a
I
whole
consider
mid-range
posting
category.
up as post score.
Yeah. No,
No,
yeah.
I'm
So with that being said, because that's
Yo, Mars.
that's the first thing I thought for a second, like him getting to the basket. But as far as being on the post, putting you in the torture chamber, it's for sure Luka.
Yeah,
Doncic.
it's Luka. Yeah.
No
I got
question.
Luka
Nice.
as well.
SGA is nice on that box, though. I will say that. But Luke,
Yeah, I don't think he does
feel
it enough either, though. By the way, I don't think he does it enough.
I'm gonna say Luka though. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so Luka with the sweep.
Yep.
SGA is a great post scorer, especially for
Yes.
He is.
nice on
I
that
just
block.
don't think he does it enough, though. I don't think he does it enough for him to compare to Luka doing it as well too.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have mid-range scoring.
That should be a clean sweep. It should be Shai.
SGA.
Should be a clean sweep. Luka ain't in that mid range all the time.
All right, Big Ox.
I like Luka in the mid range when he get in there, but I mean, I don't even. I can't recall off the top of my head the last time I seen Shai miss a mid range pull up, bro. And he gets there so effortlessly.
They gave a rebound to Luka, and it was Dončić.
Mars, why are you looking at that?
No, hey,
Here you go.
I'm.
Here you go.
That's the fourth rebound.
Sure,
of the season. It wasn't even him.
Hey, look. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of these stats are inflated nowadays. They do
Man,
that
a lot of these stats be wrong.
You know what?
So some people need to get their money back.
I have it. I'm telling
Shout
you,
out PrizePicks.
Contested, and just a solid rebound where like it's not really contested, but you have to do work to get the rebound. I have to add a category of not even him.
Hey, Morris.
You know how many assists? You know how many assists I've seen them give to Jokic that weren't really assists?
Yeah, where they let him play too much.
This
bro.
is one
Where
of the
they let
most fraudulent
But
stats.
Bro,
This is
that's
why
so
the
crazy
best
because
one
it's
is
so
You can't even
subjective.
trust
It's
the
so
rebounds.
subjective.
Morris, all I'm saying is Dante Exum smart. He did what I was telling y'all to do. Stick close to Luka. You might get
And he
him.
didn't even get the credit. So that now when I look at Dante Exum's season average of rebounds, I know it might be off by 0.01. Fraudulent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Man,
that's
oh,
like when your
disgrace.
homie tell you he got
How
one
many
for you, but
rebounds
he ended up
Dante
taking
Exum
both of
average
them.
last year? Let's see.
I see. But chill, it's
take
on
it
you
home.
though.
He got one for you. And it's a water buffalo.
Now don't do me like that because I ain't gonna lie. I'm not the best wingman for the water buffalo. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, Jordan, you ain't never been to Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yeah, nah, I don't dip around in the Buffalo Wild Wing sauce.
You know they got all type of sauces over there. I think
I know they
got
do.
like-
I
like
don't have to do that. Not interested.
40 different sauces.
Honey
No,
mustard.
It's okay. No, thank you.
That's when you start mixing the sauces. And you start doing a whole
Honey
bunch of stuff.
Thank you.
But chill,
Dante
it's on you.
Exum last year was one rebound away from 150 rebounds on the season, and he got robbed of one. I'm just pointing out there. So Dante
Which
Exum
means it
actually
was
got-
probably he probably got
he
robbed of more
actually
than
got
one.
150 rebounds last year.
He probably
It
got
says he
robbed
got
of one more.
149. He got 150.
Probably got
'Cause
robbed
I
of
just
one
see
more.
So I'm just.
I just don't
putting that.
in the mid range. I don't as good as Luka is as a scorer in the mid range. SGA doesn't take bad shots, and when he won't bail you out with bad shots. I feel like that's the separator with me. Even though he knocks them down, and Luka will knock down mid range shots. SGA does not take bad shots. I'm going to take SGA.
Okay, real talk. Who you got?
Yeah, I got SGA in the mid range too.
All right, SGA sweeps.
SGA might be the best mid-range player in the league.
Yeah.
Who better than him, Mars? I mean,
No,
if you think about mid range players, KD,
I know
DeMar
who Mars gonna
DeRozan,
say, but it's like right
Okay,
now.
DeMar DeRozan is DeMar
Right
DeRozan
now,
is tough. I ain't gonna lie.
Luka,
DeMar DeRozan,
Joel
DeMar
Embiid.
DeRozan live in the mid range. I got to give it to DeMar DeRozan because DeMar DeRozan don't have the 3-point shot like Luka. I mean, like Shai does. So it's like that's
Shai
his
ain't really good.
environment. Boy,
I mean, Shai was
DeMar DeRozan,
it's not like teams.
bro.
already
DeMar
like,
DeRozan hit people with fades, pump fake, fade again, like spin, all kind of
And then
crazy
snatch
work.
they chain.
Man, going on with that, man. Going on.
I mean, here's the thing though.
DeMar is
Like
elite, too.
DeMar has to live in the mid range. Like he's gonna shoot
yeah,
that
that's
shot
what
no
I'm
matter
saying.
what.
That's why he the best
Shai's
in the
not
league
like
at it.
I'll give him. He makes the hardest mid range shots. I'll give him the degree of difficulty. I'll give it to him. But like what Shai's doing in the midi.
No.
Hey, Jordan,
DeMar
Jordan,
DeRozan
you-
don't
hey,
miss right there.
Hey, Jordan. Matter of fact, holla at Tori, Amin, and Dylan Brooks.
Oh, man,
Tell him, you know what I'm saying? Tell him to contact me. I might be able to get their chains back. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to make a couple
friendly
phone
fee?
calls.
Or friendly fee?
You know, for a little finder's fee, I might be able to get their chains back. You know,
That's called extortion, Ox. That's called
Yeah, I
extortion.
don't give a shit, man. Extortion.
All right, next up, we got 3-point shooting.
Oh, Luka, this is easy.
It's easy.
Yeah,
It's very easy.
It's
It's
easy.
not even a conversation to be had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very easy, Jordan.
Who you got, Ox?
I just said it's very easy, man. I
You
got.
said it's very easy. You ain't say who. I think it's easy
my
for
bad.
Shai.
It's not. It's easy for Luka.
All right,
Okay.
chill.
Luka.
Real talk.
Luka.
Jordan, you said it wasn't easy.
Comes
Who you
down
got?
to me.
Well, no,
I'm just kidding.
Well, no,
might
you're
make
beat
it 4-1.
4-1.
You might make it
either
not-
way, yeah.
you might make it not a sweep, but it doesn't come down to you at all. Like Shai won.
It's
I mean, Shai
Luka.
lost.
It's Luka. It is what it is. It's Luka. I'm just joking.
All right.
Okay.
Shout out to Luka. Next, we have finishing.
This one easy, Mars.
And this is at the rim.
No, I just want to ask, and I need you guys' opinion. If Luka gets boxed out, but the rebound ends up going long.
Oh my God!
So like
he still has to go get it.
Out.
He still has to go get it.
Out. But the reason he got the rebound is because it was a long rebound. So the guy
still has to go get it.
Knack for the rebound. That's a good rebound.
Yes, it is, Mars, because I still have to go get it. Yes, I do. Because when the guy got me blocked, I got Ox blocked out.
I'm also 6'8" too.
I got Ox on my back, and I got him blocked out, and the rebound goes long. If the rebound goes long, I gotta let Ox go, and we still gotta go get the ball. Ox can just die on that play.
I don't know how to.
Ox can just die on that play, but he doesn't. He goes
right
the rebound.
over Luka's head.
It goes long, but it goes in the direction of where he's already.
Still gotta go get it.
Boy, you have to be a good rebounder to understand where that ball gonna bounce. Yeah, you gotta understand where the ball gonna bounce.
Like
if I'm looking at the ball in the air and I see it's about to hit back rim, I'm in the right spot. You not. I saw the ball about to hit back rim.
Okay, thank you. That was just me. I needed to know where to tally it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good rebound.
Yo, Mars. I think I'm every rebound's a good rebound.
And I feel that same way too.
Sure.
I legitimately feel that same way.
Every assist isn't a good assist. Every rebound isn't a good rebound.
You got to close the defensive possession.
I'm
Mars.
never gonna.
How's every assist?
Rebounds are just
it's not even assists. I'm sorry, it's just not.
Are you saying because they took too many dribbles?
If I was you pass the ball to someone and they take 4 dribbles and do a step back.
All right, okay. That one I get you. That one
that's not an assist. That's not an assist.
That's just not.
They be counting that.
But Mars, I'm not talking about on the stat sheet. I'm not talking about on the stat sheet. I'm talking about just in real life. Like in real life,
it's always good to
every real assist I think can be a good assist depending. I'm trying to figure out a way where it's not a good assist. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, 100% to me, every rebound is a good rebound. I don't care how you got it. I don't care if you got the rebound, it's a good boy. Go, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. Next up. Oh yeah, we got finishing. What's up, Mars? How you rocking?
I go SGA.
At the rim, Ron?
Yeah.
You said at the rim, right?
Or at the rim in the restricted area, you know.
Am I actually,
Luka be putting those in that chamber, right?
Am I factoring in the ability to actually get to the rim, or just once you get there, who finishes better?
I would say just who finishes better when you get there.
Because I think that's kind of disingenuous. Like if you're getting there twice and someone's getting there 10 times, I think it's kind of.
God, this
I'm still going with SGA, but like I'm factoring in the volume. Sorry, I am.
Ron, I'm going with Luka Doncic. He be putting dudes in that chamber, bro. You once Luka really start getting downhill, you really at his mercy, bro. He's big, he's strong, he's fat as hell. I got Luka.
Chill.
He big, he's strong, he fat as hell.
Kawhi in the mid range too. Yeah, that was the one I was forgetting. Sorry.
I think Luka revolutionized finishing. Like nobody was doing this when Luka gets downhill, and you know how guys get to the rim 1-2 up or jump stop up. Well, Luka then stops, freezes the defense.
He do that,
and then gets a wide open look. Nobody was doing that before Luka was doing that.
The slow step.
Do that.
Nobody was doing that before Luka was doing
that. He got a whole bunch of cats doing that.
And makes it a lot less difficult because he gets the defender off of him and just has easy layups. So, yes, I'll take Luka.
The first person I've seen do that was in the G League, but we'll give Luka credit, I guess.
Luka's the first guy that I saw do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's the better player, so he gonna get the credit for it anyway.
It's actually a EuroLeague thing. They do it a lot in the EuroLeague, to be honest with you. Or in Europe.
Luka came from there. Yeah.
So. They do a lot. They do a lot of those crafty things in Europe.
Yeah, maybe that's where he got it from.
Yeah, like those quick passes that they brought to the NBA. That shit came from Europe too.
This is the toughest category yet. Because SGA is a hell of a finisher. He got touch around the basket, got the left hand finishes too. But I don't think his touch matches Luka. Luka got all the little float shots, the little pot shots. Man. This one I'm just gonna be biased towards the one I like more. So Luka. Yeah. Luka.
I'm gonna go Luka. I'm gonna go Luka too. I agree. It's just a little bit more around the rim than what Shai does. Shai is a great finisher too. But as far as like them touch shots, them little soft shots that Luka put in with the contact and the slow step and the pace that he does it in, and at 6'8", 270 pounds. Yeah, give me big fat fella.
I'm surprised. I thought it was gonna be the other way. I personally got Shai.
I got the big fat fella.
I don't got Shai by a margin, but I'm comfortable saying.
Yeah, I'm
Shai
not
without
mad at
thinking
Shai
about it.
though.
Yeah, my issue
Sure.
with Luka is he's just not getting to the rim that much anymore. That's my issue. If you're talking about just the efficiency, Luka is more efficient at the rim. I'm now looking at the numbers, but before I was just going off like what I seen. But like last year, Luka was taking 3.5 shots at the rim. Shai's taking 6 this year and last year, so he finished at 77% as opposed to Shai's 74%. But when Shai's getting there twice as much, like that means something to me. And obviously Luka wasn't healthy this year, but this year it was at 3. Like he's just not.
So where the hell is that 35 coming from? Where the hell is that? Where the hell
Mid-range
is
and
that?
10
ball.
threes.
Mid-range
The
and
mid-range
threes.
Ball
threes.
line, yeah, and them
Wait,
free throws.
free throws?
You
Don't
shoot
forget about the
shoot
free
10
throws.
threes a game at 13%.
And you shoot 10 free throws a game.
You got about 9 points right there. You take about 8-9 free throws. You make about 7 of them. That's about 16. And then you working in the mid-range. You take about 8 of them a game. You make them at 49%. So that's another 8 points. So then you've got what 25, and then you add free throws. There you go. You got about 34.
He got some floaters too. Like he might not finish exactly at the rim, but he gonna
Exactly,
get
in the paint and stuff.
Yeah.
in the
So if
paint.
I'm getting to the stripe as much as you guys say he's getting to the stripe, how is he getting to the stripe? I got to be getting downhill because I'm not just getting fouled on jump shots.
Luka,
That's not going on.
He'll bump someone, then he'll up fake and
Yeah.
he'll lean into you.
Yeah.
Manipulate them, sure.
But
He'll also put his arm out and get a
I
foul.
wonder-
on
Yeah,
the
like
rim where he
Luka
not
has
gonna-
talking about Luka
Luka
at
has
the
the
stripe.
techniques to draw fouls. Yeah,
100%. So with
not
Luka being
bad.
able to draw fouls, I wonder what his and one rate is since we're talking about him getting to the rim. Because if he takes a lot of free throws, I mean, how many times has he gotten to the free throw line off of an and one? Because I mean, to your point, Mars, if we're talking about Luka getting to the free throw line and he's taking 7, 8, 9 free throws a game, he's not just getting fouled off jump shots. That's not happening. He's getting in the mid post. He's getting to the rim. So how many of these are going on? And how many of those are N1s? So I have to think about stuff like that.
Last year, 28% of Luka's all his fouls drawn were M1s. 28%,
That's almost a third.
just over a quarter. Yeah,
Yeah.
a third. I'll look at it for Shai just for reference.
Sure.
Last year Shai was at 27%,
So around the same.
but this year Shai's only at 22.5%. So do it that
I
way.
think that's because of the mid-range too. I think he's taking a lot more mid-range shots and making them. And let me rephrase that. He may be taking the same amount of mid-range shots this year as he did last year. I think he's making more this year, which makes him even more lethal.
Yeah, but like last year in the postseason, Luka took 2.5 shots a game at the rim, made 83% of them. But like 2.5 is ridiculous. Like that volume gap is just too substantial for me for the minor efficiency gap.
Well, he hasn't been getting downhill. He didn't get downhill as much this year, last year.
The years prior, he was getting there a lot more.
Yeah, years prior, he was definitely
but that's
getting
also
downhill
just
more.
not the best Luka, so I don't know what I'm meant to do with that.
I don't know. Maybe it just seems like Shai's a better finisher to me because when you watch him play, you just see it over and over and over. I get a layup here. I get a layup there. I'm Euro stepping here. You just see Shai just living at the rim. So it just seems like he's just, and then also when you see Shai get there and it's like he's crawling to the rim, and you see him just finish over 2 or 3 guys, like, God damn. First off, how'd you get to the rim that easy? And then second off, how did you finish like that over 2 or 3 people? How'd you contort your body? How were you able to manage to even just make it look that easy? So I don't know. I just see Shai do it so much that automatically I'm just like, yo, it's got to be Shai.
I think it's close. Just I'm favoring the volume.
We're talking about 2 of the top, 4 scorers on the planet. So it's
Some of the
going
best
to be close.
like in the league and ever. So
all right. Next up, Luka versus SGA. We have a tough one, y'all.
it's gonna be defense. It's gonna be something about defense.
Efficiency.
Oh, okay. My fault. My fault first. Shai. I don't think it's that tough for me personally, but I got
Me
Shai.
neither.
Yeah.
It ain't tough for me either.
Ox, who you got?
Also going with SGA on this one.
Chill.
Yes, he doesn't take a lot of bad shots.
Real talk.
It's not as easy for me as them, but I mean, already outnumbered anyway. So
No,
but
stand
I'ma
on
go
what you
Luka,
why isn't it
because
as easy
when we're
as you,
saying
Yo? What's going on?
efficiency, so Luka taking more threes kind of
Yeah, but like, I mean, when I'm
boosts his
factoring in efficiency, like, I mean, scoring efficiency, like just true shooting, I think it probably is comparable. I'll look it up. Shai this year plus 6.4, Luka last plus 3.8. Okay, so still not that close. But like,
No.
I think there's more to it than just that when you're talking about who's the more efficient basketball player. Like Shai last year was plus 5.4. So even last year, he was a more efficient scorer than Luka. But there was a volume gap and stuff. But like, I factor in turnovers. I factor in like how efficient your moves are. Like scoring in 8 dribbles is less efficient than scoring in 3. Like
I factor in,
it takes longer to do things. Like all of those things is efficiency, in my opinion. So,
and I factor in when you're talking about efficiency, I factor in what you're good at, how much you go to that, as opposed to what you're not good at, and how you allow the defense to bait you into things that you're not good at. SGA, he sticks to what he's good at. That's why he's such an efficient scorer, because he doesn't take bad shots. You can't speed him up. You can't slow him down. He's going to play within the pace that he knows how to play in. He's going to play within the area that he's going to play within the area that he's the most effective as a mid-range shooter. SGA is not a guy who's just going to continuously put his head down. If you give him that mid-range shot, I'll stick this all night long. I'll knock this mid-range down until you make me do something different. And he plays within.
Well, if SGA's true shooting is higher, then I would say SGA. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I didn't expect the gap to be that large in terms of true shooting. No one lie, it's like 3% or 2.5%. No, I didn't expect that.
Jordan,
I'm going SGA. Come on, man. You know,
why'd you say this
Luka
was a tough one?
grenade.
You got Luka, or you just thought it would be close?
just thought it would be closer.
Mhm.
I know Luka's able to get in certain categories that maybe he shouldn't be. You know, he got that Jokic type of aura, you know. But anyways, next up we got another tough one. Yeah, Marsh, you were right.
Okay.
Defense.
Just overall.
Next.
No, but I mean, Luka.
We don't have Mars. Stop, Mars. Next. What's the next one, Ron?
Shai.
All right.
Nah, we're not just skipping by this because I've been told that Luka is the best post defender, one of the better isolated defenders in the isolation defenders in the NBA. I'm just saying these are what I told. These are what the numbers say, Jordan.
Man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Based on points per possession, 1-on-1, Luka better defends than SGA. So I'm just saying. So there is some conversation to be had. There is some conversation.
I'm just saying. So,
all right, y'all.
Maybe we should discuss this.
Well,
okay. So,
is there anything y'all want to discuss?
Since
I got SGA, but it's by the skin of his teeth. It's close.
So, who's the better on-ball defender between the two of them?
I mean, Luka's the best isolation defender in the league, and he's elite in the post. SGA is not an elite post defender.
Mm-hmm.
See, Radell, on-ball defender. There's an argument. Cook up.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, we gotta move on.
Okay. All right.
It was fun while it lasted, but SGA got it. All right. This is the first time that we've added this category into here.
I tried to.
Maybe it's a good category, maybe it's not, but we're gonna see how it goes. We got intangibles. It's got both two number one options. They both of their offenses run through them, both of their teams rally behind them. But who has more intangibles, I guess, towards winning?
SGA.
Ox.
So when you're saying intangibles, just to make sure that I'm understanding this, exactly what are we talking about?
You're talking about a bunch of different things.
We're talking about like the will to win, like heart type stuff, like stuff that we can't measure, stuff like that.
It's not on the stat sheet.
Things are on the stat sheet.
It's not on the stat sheet. Ox, effort, body language, SGA. I mean, SGA be crying to the refs too, but not to the level that Luka does it. Slowing down the game with that, and he just bigs up his team a little more. I'm gonna go SGA on this one. I hate everything about Luka besides his, ability. Matter of fact, I hate everything about Luka Doncic's body language and aura and all that stuff.
Except for one thing I do love about Luka is how he just look at you when he cook you. He just look at you like
we already have
this
this established. If Luka was at the park, he getting punched in the face, yo.
Yeah, I love that shit. I love that shit about Luka Doncic. He just look at you like you a baby, like, bro, what are you doing out here? I love that shit.
I don't know if you're gonna punch, man. Luka ain't no softy. I don't know if you just gonna punch him in the face.
That's what I'm saying. But see, Jordan, that's the thing. You don't just punch on. You don't just sock somebody because they soft. You sock somebody because they need to be socked. Oh man,
I don't know if you're gonna just let you sock them like that.
Nobody lets anybody punch him in the face. Nobody does.
No, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. So they do.
Y'all can't be out here picking and choosing who you punch on. If you're gonna punch on somebody, punch on them.
Ron, to answer the question, SGA. I think the intangibles with SGA are better. The stuff that's not on the stat sheet, the energy, his body language, all of that other stuff. I'll take SGA over Luka.
I'm getting bored of tracking Luka's rebounds. I've given up.
Well, you got real talk.
There was one contested one in 3 games. I'm just pointing out that. But I'm not.
That's hate. Yeah, facts. Drink more water. I'm not fighting nobody 6'4" and up. I live in Texas. Let me see. I wouldn't want to play with Luka. So yeah, give me SGA. I love Luka, but like that shit where he do the he like complaining to the refs and not getting back on defense. That
do piss me off too. But I ain't gonna lie though. I'm playing with Luka though. I'm playing. Luka gonna get me paid. Shit, Luka gonna get you paid, boy. If you do the right thing.
You can knock down open shots. You gonna make some money.
I love to play.
I think that's the same with SGA. SGA be creating open shots for people too.
But not like Luka. I'm gonna go sit in that corner.
Yeah, I'm choosing SGA.
Okay, Jordan, who you got?
I'm going Luka.
All right.
Why?
Yep.
Because you'd rather play with him? Is that the reason?
Yep. I would rather play with him. And my boy got to the finals. Over SGA. Now y'all slept that one out there. Like, what we doing?
What's that got to do with intangibles?
Hey, man.
You know he got to the finals, but there's a reason why he got to the finals. He got to the finals because the game.
When he said about winning,
right?
He said, "Is this about winning?" I like this. Yeah. So that's part of intangibles.
Okay.
Sure. You do understand why they won. One of the main reasons why they won was because the game plan was to leave PJ Washington open.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, Luka did what he did too, though. It ain't no PJ Washington hero.
But like,
Luka did what he did
too. For me, intangible is just whatever doesn't show up on the stat sheet. So whether that be motor, effort, defensive rotations, like all of that's intangible. Like, I'm not talking about killer will. I think Luka's a killer. I think Shai's a killer. But intangibles is just whatever isn't on the stat sheet to me. If it's not measured by stats, it's an intangible. And I just think Shai's effort on both sides of the ball is more consistent. Shai's off-ball game is better, in my opinion. I would also just rather play with Shai personally, but that's not really factoring into this.
Is it because his pre-game fits?
What?
Is it because his pre-game fits?
Sure.
Oh, I hate them fucking.
Like Shai's making defensive rotations to protect the rim. That's intangibles. Shai's also communicating on defense. Shai's running the floor hard in transition. Like all of those things are intangibles to me. Luka's jogging up the floor in transition if he doesn't have the ball. Shai's filling lanes. Shai's getting easy points doing that. That's intangibles to me. So that's why I think Shai has better intangibles, because like the stuff that doesn't show up, he's also doing them. He's doing the role player things as a superstar. Whereas
but I ain't gonna lie though, Morris. Like when you're on a team with Luka ain't supposed to do the role player things, dog. I'm gonna do the role player things.
Intangibles is the one who's gonna do the role player things.
I'm gonna do the role player things. I'm gonna go sprint through lanes. I'm gonna go sprint in the corner. I'm gonna go set hard screens, and Luka gonna do his job. And his job.
But SGA does his job and also fills lanes, sprints up the floor when he doesn't have the ball.
I would agree with that.
Which makes it even better. Which makes it even better.
Which is
the fact that I don't have to do
it. Steph Curry does that too. Steph Curry has amazing intangibles because like he'll run.
I asked the question about winning, and one got to the finals, the other one didn't.
I think SGA's style of play is more conducive to winning than Luka's, though. I do think so. Even though Luka's team beat Shai's team, I still believe that he plays more of a winning style.
That doesn't mean that Luka's style is more conducive to winning.
Right, but I do exactly. That's what I'm saying, Mars. That's what I'm saying. But I do, to your point though, Jordan. I wish that Adam Silver would tap into his inner David Stern and bring the dress code back.
All right. The next category.
Walk around in this shit, man.
Next category we got.
Russell's great intangibles to the
sweatpants and flip flops halfway.
Nah,
up
they
there.
don't wear sweatpants. They wear baggy sweatpants that look like a Cinderella outfit, and then they be thinking that's.
I'm
fashion.
sorry, Ron. I apologize.
Chill, gentlemen wear suits. Chill.
Morris kind of alluded to it.
Clothes on, man.
He said Killer Instinct. This next one, it isn't necessarily Killer Instinct, but you can loop it in there. But it is clutch. Who's more clutch?
Shit.
Clutch isn't just buckets. I want to make sure we clear on that.
Gotta go Luka to Don. Gotta go Hallelujah.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes Luka's defense doesn't even step up in the clutch, and that just be bothering.
Facts.
Oh my god!
One play.
I'm so happy you just brought that up, Morris, because I was about to say Luka just without even thinking about it until you brought that up.
Yes.
Oh, that was
forget about that play. No, forget about that play that he did.
I can't. I can't forget about that.
That play was rough. Real talk. That play was rough as hell.
Yeah, that play was horrible. I can't. That play
I think if you ask me who I'd rather have, like, as a shot maker in the clutch, I'd probably say Luka. But just like overall, who I think would help the team more overall in the clutch, I think it becomes more of a conversation. But I will go with Luka just because I think on a more consistent basis, I think he's shown that his shot making seems to trend up in like higher stakes moments.
Mars, who are you more reliant on? Let me rephrase the question. On the offensive side of the ball, who are you more reliant on?
I think the Mavs are more reliant on Luka than
you need a bucket.
And who are you on the defensive side of the ball? Who are you less afraid of, or who you less worried about? Let me rephrase that.
I'm less worried about Luka.
I'm scared of Luka.
Oh wait, I thought you meant
scared of Luka.
I'm
on defense. If I'm on defense, I do not want to with Luka at all.
If I'm guarding them, I don't want to be near Luka. But if we're going against the team of Luka on defense, I'm not worried about Luka.
Right, we're picking on Luka.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
That's what I'm talking about. I've
also seen moments where teams try to bring
SGA can get picked on too, though.
Yeah, but I've seen when Luka gets put into the action in the clutch and he holds his own and like it don't even be working out. So like, but then I've also seen the plays where we're in the clutch and Luka just doesn't care. So like, he's
Ox, last year specifically, Ox. Last season specifically, I watched them when the Celtics was in town. This wasn't during the finals; it was during the regular season. When the Celtics was in town, I watched Coach Mazzulla specifically go after Luka in the meat and potatoes of the game.
Right, I remember that.
He went after him.
My thing,
and then they did it again in the finals.
My thing though about that, because I do believe SGA is a better defender than Luka Doncic. But when we talk about the things that I believe it was Penn wanted us to bring up about just the size, Mars, I think you too is just about like the difference in like the size in people. So like with Trae Young can try to play as good defense as he wants to, but he's a pipsqueak. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it kind of depends on what I'm looking for, right? If I'm trying to relax, man. If I'm trying to get down here and like pick on Luka, he is big and strong.
Yes.
I think in a clutch situation, I might want to go at SGA going downhill more than I want to go at Luka Doncic going downhill.
SGA can protect the rim too. The SGA,
yeah, he can. But just the fact he's a little lighter. I think I got more action that put my body on SGA, creating a little space to get a good look off. Luka is strong.
Let me ask you this question, Ox. I want you to stay right there, Ox. What's the gap between SGA and Luka on offense making a big play?
I think there is a gap, Chill. I think there's a gap.
Is it a huge gap?
I think more often than not, Luka Doncic is guaranteed to get you a good look at something.
And
now,
SGA
also has the ability, but I will put if we're looking at you're playing the same team, we got exceptional defenders. Would I have Luka in there or would I have SGA in there? I'll put my house on Luka Doncic before I'll put my car on SGA.
I just feel like the gap between Luka and SGA to make a play in the clutch, I feel like it's closer than the gap is to make a play on defense between the two of those guys. So because I feel like the gap is closer between Luka and SGA to make a play in the clutch offensively, whether it's make a good pass, whether it's get a bucket, whether it's get to the strike. And then on defense, the fact that SGA, I can rely on him to maybe come up with a big steal, maybe come up with a block or a defensive stop way more than Luka. I would have to say SGA in the clutch.
Yeah, but what's more likely to happen to me? What's more likely to happen is a clutch shot or a clutch defensive stop. I think it's a clutch shot, and I think Luka's getting it off against anybody. I don't think he's going to get bottled up. And on top of that, if he does, I think he has more of the ability to make the right pass than SGA. For this category, I'm going Luka for sure.
Yeah, I'm also going Luka. I also think you can guarantee Luka and Shai are going to be involved in some way in the clutch offensively. You can't guarantee they're going to be involved in the clutch defensively. Shai's not obviously going to guard the best player. That's obviously not going to be the case.
Right.
And if there's no guarantee they're going to get brought into the action, they might just be uninvolved. Same thing with Luka. Luka's going to be on the worst offensive player. Dallas are probably going to pre-switch. Like, Luka's probably not going to be involved on defense, whereas you can guarantee they're both going to be involved on offense. And I do think I would rely on Luka more offensively and trust Luka more offensively because he's amazing down the stretch of games. And also, I think Luka's shown me enough to where, like, when teams do try to pick on him in the clutch, he can hold his own. Like, I'm not, it's not ideal, but I've seen him do it. It just depends on if he decides he wants to try it.
And Mars, to your point on that, because I was thinking about that too with the pre-switching for Dallas, right? If Luka's guarding the worst player and say it's like a non-threat, like a perimeter player that's not really going to shoot, not too worried about it, not only can you pre-switch, but you can also just trap that. Luka can stay there and we can blitz
and he's
that.
got enough size where that trap is going to bother someone.
You're staying big; it's hard to see over them, and then we just rotate. We can rotate on defense with, less concern to the guy that Luka was guarding.
But Ox, wouldn't that be one of Luka's faults because he doesn't stay as engaged enough in situations like that?
Well,
but SGA
just like real talk told me, forget about that one play.
Sure.
If I forget about that play, I can give Luka the benefit of the doubt. Because even though I think Luka's a terrible defender, when I saw that, I was shocked. I was like, this from Luka is just crazy.
See, I was shocked.
And I know we got to move on, Ron, because we can talk about this all day.
Real talk. Who you rocking with? Clutch.
Yeah, I got clutch situations. I'm taking Luka, bro. Luka is a dog, bro. Luka is a dog. Saw him doing it in the playoffs as well. That shot in Minnesota against Rudy Gobert after the switch. Seen him do it too many times, man. I'm going.
What he did in that game 7 against Phoenix in the first half.
Come on, bro. If we saying clutch, because game 7 is clutch.
Yeah, like game 7 is a clutch, elimination games are clutch. It's more than just the last 5 minutes. I know that's what the NBA defines as, but I think a whole game can be clutch.
Like, I think
about 40.
I stopped watching the game. They were up 40.
That just changes momentum. Like,
I turned the game off. They was up 40. I was out. I ain't need to see no more. I was out. I didn't even watch the whole game.
Mars, if a team is on a run or something, or like how Kyle Lowry used to do, like those charges, those are clutch plays.
I agree. If a team's on a 7-0 run and then you get a stop on defense and then you come on the other end and hit a 3 and you cut it to 4, like right before the end of a quarter, that's a clutch play to me. Like,
100%.
You stopped the bleeds and you made it still a game. You made a 10-point swing or something.
Also, Luka was getting stops in that Clippers series down the stretch against
they were trying to pick on him
when they tried to ISO him out. Yeah.
You know what? I think you dudes have changed my mind. I think I'm gonna go with Luka. Yeah. I think you dudes have changed my mind. Yes.
Jordan, who you rocking with?
I'm going with the Don. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I think you guys are.
It's actually fun supporting Luka. I gotta get on this side more.
I want Luka to be back, man. I feel like
you guys have changed my mind.
I want Luka to be back. It's been a minute since I've seen Luka.
All right, y'all. We got 2 more categories. Let's get through these 2 quickly. The second to last one is IQ. Who's a smarter basketball player?
Ooh.
This isn't as easy as it appears. Like
I have no idea, man.
Opinion. But I'm gonna say Luka, but I don't think it's as easy as like it appears, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna go with Luka. But
Ox, you don't know?
I'm looking for a quarter, Ron.
He's flipping a coin.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, chill. Who you got?
I'll take Luka. Luka's been doing this since he was 17 years old.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chill.
Real talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean Luka, but Mars is right because like passer playmakers kind of get that tag a lot more than elite scorers do. But in SGA, you can tell like between his driving angles, his
His
hesitations,
IQ is
that he,
high
like,
as hell.
all
too.
of that, all of that takes high basketball IQ. But I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Luka. Luka just reads the game at another
The
level.
manipulation is what did it for me. Just like he's toying with defenses, just moving them around like chess pieces.
Yeah, it's Luka. Luka was saying.
All right. Jordan, who you rocking with?
I'm rocking with the Don, Luka the Don. Just like Chill said, he been doing it since he was 16 years old with Real Madrid. He been doing
I mean, y'all act like
big
Shai
boy
wasn't
things.
playing high level AAU basketball at 17.
Oh man, that level A
My
shit ain't got
God.
nothing on Real
Shai didn't-
Madrid.
Shai didn't start playing until he got to Kentucky. I get it. Okay.
Man,
All right.
stop it, man.
Last but not least, better overall. Who you rocking with?
Well, today,
Nah, it ain't, we ain't doing
Well,
today. You can't change what
I'm
to say
using
today.
Luka last season. I'm just saying Luka last season when he was healthy versus the Shai I'm seeing right now. Those are the players I'm comparing. Because Luka this year hasn't been fully healthy, and Luka last year was, I think, the peak of Luka.
It's about to get nasty.
Luka, I'm gonna say Luka, but
All right.
I'm not as convinced as I used to be. But I'm gonna say Luka.
It's more of a conversation today than it was a year ago.
Shai's
Well-
something different. Shai's something different.
well, Ron, the fact that SGA is the second best player in the NBA today, and Luka's not the first, it's SGA.
All right. Chill Town, who you rocking with?
Luka.
Real talk.
A healthy Luka last year was the best player in the league. So going Luka.
This is not gonna agree with that one.
Me neither.
Luka the Don, Ron. Luka the Don. I've been giving y'all that same answer, man. It's the Don.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Damn. Yeah, I really don't know. I'm gonna stick with Luka, but like,
I'm gonna go with Luka the Don, man.
that's
People say I'm a Luka hater. Do you know what's so crazy is I'd be called a Luka hater. I can't believe this. They be like, you hate Luka. You hate Luka.
Yeah, because you didn't put him in the tier 1 of passing. That's why.
Yeah, right. So I hate him. So I must hate him.
Yeah, call me what you want. SJ better than that boy. But anyhow, we don't got time to get in all of that. But this is what we do got time to do is recap everything that we have right now. All right, so let's start at the top. Athleticism, SGA takes the cake. Handle, Luka barely took that one. Passing, Luka cleared. Rebounding, Luka cleared. Post scoring, Luka cleared. Mid-range, SGA cleared. 3-point shooting, Luka cleared. Finishing, Luka cleaned up. Efficiency, SGA cleared. Defense, SGA cleared. Intangibles, SGA cleaned up. Who's better in the clutch? Luka cleared. Better IQ, Luka cleared. And better overall, Luka takes the cake. So that's what we got, y'all.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
There it is.
Luka the
Whoop.
Don.
There it is.
Superchats.
We got a lot of them. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Justin sent through a super chat saying Jaren Jackson Jr. been nasty this season. I think all defense first team and possibly an all NBA. For sure, all-star.
I agree
kinda
for sure.
agree with that.
All-star.
He's been
He'd be
pretty
on my
good.
all-star team. He's for sure all defense for me. All NBA.
He been hooping. He
Maybe.
been hooping, Mars. He
Maybe.
been hooping.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got a better shot at all NBA than all-star. As crazy as it sounds. As crazy as it
I
sounds.
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Where did I have? Let me see if I had Jaren Jackson on all NBA team. I did. Wait, no, I didn't. Wait. I didn't have Jaren Jackson on all NBA team, but I could see it. I could definitely see having him on an all NBA team.
MP13 said, I was all for player awards, but then I hear what some of these players say in their podcasts and how they look at the game, and you start to realize a lot of them don't know what they're talking about.
That would be crazy for you to say that. They don't know what they're talking about. But
I mean, I think players understand the game of basketball. Obviously, I just don't think they talk about the game the same way as like I would talk about the game. But I understand where their perspective comes from. I just don't view it the same way. And I don't think I'm ever going to view it the same way, despite the fact I understand why they view it the way they do.
But also to Mars' point though, too, as far as with the NBA players, when they talk about basketball, you gotta realize like they just basketball players, bro. Like they don't mean they're the smartest. They don't mean that they understand the game the best. They also is coached by a coach. So their influence has a lot to do with what their coach is telling them, not necessarily an overall view like somebody who doesn't have a point in it. Like for example, if Mars was to debate a basketball player, doesn't mean because some basketball player told him one thing doesn't mean Mars is wrong. Like, that doesn't mean that. So, at the end of the day, just basketball players. I think people put too much on basketball players when it come down to, like, talking and explaining stuff.
And also, they have a agenda or a bias sometimes, just like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they can be talking from a warped point of view, just like the media from time to time. But it still doesn't mean that you should invalidate their opinion because they are the ones out there playing the game.
Right. But Ron, a lot of times, I feel like these hoopers, these dudes that are playing ball in the league and stuff, they're not looking at basketball by the numbers, chats wise. They're looking at I've been on the court with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know what it feels like. I don't have to judge it based on per whatever. You know what I'm saying? All
per 100 possessions. I don't think NBA players think about per 100 possessions.
All the other stuff. So it's like when a lot of people that are talking about the game have to talk about it in a certain way, whereas the guys, these NBA players, they don't look at it that way. And so the guys that are like what I said about Swiper earlier, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying the shot. I'm just saying what I said about Swiper earlier when that's like you don't respect my basketball takes because it's not based on a chart. I think that the people that are basing it on a chart are looking at it like, oh, you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. All right. I think they know.
I never heard an NBA player say
they're actually on the court, bro. So maybe you might not like the way they're talking basketball, but I think they know what they're talking about.
I mean, you also got to understand it's a big difference. Like they are athletes. They're not, and I'm not saying that you can't be both, but they're athletes. They are gifted in jumping, running, shooting, things like that. We are streamers, podcasters, analysts. Like we're gifted in talking. We're gifted in language.
Yeah,
exactly talking, communicating, and stuff like that. Like it's a different world. So I wouldn't be able to expect, unless one of them is a coach, I wouldn't necessarily be able to expect them to just talk the game fluently. And especially in a way that we can understand.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They don't want to. Like, they don't want to. Like that shit don't got nothing to them. That's not basketball.
Well, if you have a podcast,
I don't want to sit on and talk about per 100 possessions with somebody.
Even if you got a podcast, Ron, like I don't think a person that's playing ball even cares about that shit. Like,
I get what you're saying. Like advanced analytics, I get what you're saying with that. But I'm just talking about just talking the game just in general.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I'll just be wanting to talk ball. You know what I'm saying? More like on some barbershop shit, like barbershop.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. We just talk a hoop like, oh, he was killing him. He this, that, and then somebody come and be like, well, you know, his on-off numbers. It's like, shut up.
I mean, but we also try to act like NBA players are like. We try to act like NBA players are like a monolith. There's going to be range of opinion and thought even between NBA players. Yeah. So you're going to have. I don't even hear. You're going to have a Rashad McCants. You're going to have a Rashad McCants, and then you are going to have a JJ Redick that does talk basketball via per 100 possessions, on off net rating, true shooting, like. So even the it's going to be diverse even between.
But even NBA JJ Redick don't do it. JJ Redick didn't even do the true shooting per 100 possessions in his podcast days. Like he wasn't so amped up about that. Like I think that's for the science of basketball, like the scientists in this basketball world, the ones that want to break it down. But real basketball play, I've never heard Kevin Durant go sit up there and say, bro, on the island, per 100 possessions, I will cook your ass one-on-one. Me versus Michael Jordan, per 100 possessions, I will destroy him. Like
I don't think any of the stat people have also ever said one-on-one per 100 possessions.
I know, but they will bring up per 100 possessions he scored this month.
And until another point too, a lot of basketball players too don't understand ball that well. Like just, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them are just really good. A lot of them are just really good athletes.
It's a lot of talented dumb niggas on the court.
A fact. Like a lot of basketball players cannot coach basketball. You know what I'm saying? A lot of basketball players can't. A lot of basketball players can't train basketball. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
it's there's a lot to it, but I don't
Fun
think there's
fact:
any
Rashard
definite
Lewis go to this gym the school that I train his kid at. He don't train his own son. I see Rashard Lewis coming there every day. He sitting his son in there.
Well, that's different though, Jordan. Sometimes for you when you that level, it might be hard to train your kids. You know, sometimes you need somebody else to train your kids because they're tired of hearing from dad. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes,
yeah. Because Rashard Lewis actually is a coach. He used to coach with the Pistons, so I think he still coaches, but he definitely don't train his son. He sit back on the laptop.
That's why I had to send Ox down the street to go train with my man Gus, because the boy just wasn't articulate enough to resonate with what I was trying to tell the boy. But anyways, Carlos Hernandez said, Carlos Hernandez said, when Brian Windhorst went at Luka last season, I couldn't take it seriously. I would want a Hall of Famer to say that. I would want a Hall of Famer to say that, not someone who looks like a barrel in a suit.
Brian Windhorst is the Hall of Famer.
Oh,
but he's also a barrel in a suit.
A Hall of Fame player. But like, I think I get what he's saying. Like for me, I'm always a big believer in like the message is more important than the messenger. Like
facts, more.
If the right message,
tell you don't smoke crack, you should not smoke crack.
If the right message is being said, I don't care who's saying it. Like I understand like a lot of like athletes in general don't want to hear opinions from non-athletes who have never been in their shoes. But I think if you hear what they say and it has some credence, like you listen to it, it's like maybe I should give more effort on defense, whatever the case may be. I don't think their message becomes invalid because they aren't athletes. But I also understand that you probably would want to listen to someone who's actually been there, done that, tell you what's better for you in that situation that you are currently in. So I see both sides, but I'm always going to believe the message is more important than the messenger. That's always
crackheads give some of the worst advice though. They'd be like, man, you don't want to do crack because you don't want to end up like me. And it's like, duh, like what?
That's great. That's great advice, Jordan. If a crackhead tell you don't smoke crack, you probably shouldn't smoke crack.
End up like me. You know that's obvious, bro. Like,
so Jordan, you tell me if a crackhead say, "Oh, don't smoke crack," you're gonna be like, "Oh, you a crackhead? You know what you're talking about? Give me some crack."
No, I'm gonna say it's obvious that I don't want to end up like you. That's obvious. It's like I'm gonna tell you some real shit, man.
Obvious advice is good advice. Like, obvious advice is good advice.
Yeah. Well,
I guess so.
Once again, don't question it if it's coming from a barrel in a suit. Void Century said Marvin Ham. Mars having two awards will create a divide like Vinny Jr. and Rodri last year with the, how do you say it? Ballon d'Or?
Ballon d'Or, yeah.
Ballon d'Or is only media voting, so there's bias. Then you have the best award, which is voted by media, coaches, and players.
I think there should be a divide between media and players. I think they're different, and I think acting as if they're one and the same is not right. I think if the players believe someone is the best, I think that player should be recognized as such, maybe with an award. And I think if the media thinks someone is the best or the most valuable, as the MVP is, then that player should get that award. And I think none of them should play into contract incentives. I think that's the stupidest thing ever, but that's a whole different conversation. But I just think the players' opinion holds weight certainly to the players. And I think it would be cool if players got recognized with actual tangible awards for the way their peers view them. I think that's valuable.
Great take, Marvin Ham. Hunter said these are a lot of fun. Some others that could be interesting are Jokic versus Giannis, Tatum versus KD, Ant versus D Mitch. We'll get some more verses in.
Tatum versus KD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Respect Tatum.
Classic said an athletic big would rather play with Luka because of lob opportunities, and also with the 2-2 blow by defensive schemes, you can get a lot of blocks. That's the one where Luka just lets guys go by him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tough Bradley became a YouTube member today. He's been around for 18 months. Shout out to Tough Bradley.
Word.
King J has been around for 27 months. He said, y'all have been keeping me entertained with the panel. Practically helping me through this medical situation I'm going through.
We're here for you, brother.
Prayers to you, King J.
We're here for you,
Prayers
brother.
to you.
That's what we do here. That's why we here.
We got you, King J. Keep tapping in. We'll keep coming with the entertaining content.
Mm-hmm.
Cultured Bandit sent through a members chat. He said, Jordan want to be Unc so bad. Buddy, you are 28. Calm down. You still got time.
Let me tell you something. I've been an Unc since I was 12 years old. My little nephew is
That's
17
crazy.
now. Hey, I'm just letting you know. I've been an Unc since I was 12 years old. My little nephew 17, dog. Rocking for a long
It's funny
time.
because in my chat, in my room on playback, people only refer to me as Unc. I'm a year younger than you, Jordan. I'm 27.
They
So
came out with
my-
the age restrictions. You're not supposed to be an Unc.
I know that's what I said. I said I'm
They
big
did,
bro.
they did.
That's what I
We
said.
don't-
I'm big bro. I ain't even
It's
Yeah,
35,
nowhere
35,
near
bro.
Unc
35.
yet.
It is 35.
Man.
Yeah.
I got
Man.
one. I got what, a year and a half left of big bro.
But
I'm
shout
outta
out
here.
to it. We got 3 Uncs up here.
I'm on my Unc status, man.
Josh Alstrom became a YouTube member. Big shout out to Josh. Appreciate you for joining up. Capo sent through a members chat. Capo said, Mike Conley appreciates you, but time to ride the pine and start Rob Dillingham. Rob's pressure he puts on the defense is already more impactful.
This is the one thing I agree with Ron on. I think Rob needs to play.
Boy, Rob.
He's been playing consistently lately, but I don't know about starting.
He just needs to play. I don't know how many minutes.
Yeah.
He needs to play. He just needs to play.
He's been
For
the
playing a
rec-
little bit consistent lately.
For the record, Ron, I'm actually an uncle for real. I just found out over the weekend that my niece, I went up to the NCAAs for dance competition, and turns out I got Debbie Allen in my family, and I didn't even know it.
You
Yeah.
related to Debbie Allen?
Yeah. My niece, turns out my niece is like Debbie Allen, and I ain't even know this shit. I'm like, yo, I mean,
Wow.
this is like the NCAA championship for
Yeah.
dance. Every team is there, and I'm like, oh shit. Like my niece is like Debbie Allen. What the fuck? I didn't even know that. So I'm
See,
Debbie
That's
Allen
it.
from Houston, right? Debbie
Yeah.
Allen from Houston, right?
Is she really?
I think she's from Houston.
I did not know that. That's news.
I think so.
So-
Let me
Debbie
look it
Allen
up.
from
I wanna
Seattle,
see.
boy. Why?
She's from Houston.
Y'all
bro.
want to take everything from Seattle, man. That's crazy.
Let me see.
Once
Let me
again, hey,
see Debbie Allen.
shout out to Marvelous Marvin Williams, number 2 overall pick. You know, he was.
Bro,
Shout out to
Ron is
Martell Webster,
lying,
too.
bro.
Shout out to
Ron
Martell
is
Webster too.
lying. Debbie Allen is from Houston, bro. That's cap, bro. Like Debbie Allen is from Houston. He ain't nobody from Seattle. Come on, stop that.
It's a Debbie Allen from Seattle too.
Yeah,
So,
not
oh,
that
no,
Debbie Allen.
maybe we got him.
She probably
confused.
has like 19 cats and roams the streets. Like, what are we talking about?
Mhm.
Somebody talking about I thought Debbie Allen was from Philly. No way you thought Debbie Allen was from Philly.
She's not from Houston, but that's
She's
neither here
definitely
nor
from
there.
Houston.
Dirty Dev said, "What do y'all think about Tatum's the softest Celtic superstar narrative?" I don't think I heard an opinion from the panel on that topic.
I mean, considering the only superstars I would say Boston have ever had is Bill Russell, Larry Bird, and KG. He is.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, like he is.
Wait. Is Tatum technically a superstar?
Yes.
Yeah.
For this conversation, I'm saying yes. For this conversation, I'm saying yes.
You don't put some respect on Paul
Stop,
Pierce's name,
Ron.
right?
I mean, I'm Ox. I knew he was going to say that.
You better put some respect on Paul Pierce's name.
I knew he was
Yeah.
going to say
On
that.
2
Come
P's.
on,
Yes,
man.
you gotta put respect on
Come
2
on,
P's.
nah, come on, chill. You got to show some love to Paul Pierce.
Hmm.
But yeah, based on that, like I'll tell you, like I think he.
Why is Tatum not already a top 5 Celtic? Just by the way, just asking.
Man, that's some rich history he got to go through. That's why.
Is it though?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all be
Jason-
gassing that stuff.
No, we
Y'all
don't.
be
If Jason
ga-
Tatum,
because compared-
if Jason Tatum retired
Yeah.
today, and anybody, y'all know me, I'm a Jason Tatum guy. Russ, Bird, Havlicek. Let's see. Russ, Bird, Havlicek,
McHale,
Right.
Kevin McHale. Paul Pierce is definitely in that conversation. 100%.
Robert Parrish.
Robert
Yeah,
Parrish.
now you see how you saying in the conversation already.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
All
honest. Jason Tatum is better than 3 of them.
Which 3, Mars?
All right, so look,
Not the first
Jalen
one.
Brown. Jalen Brown had done everything that Jason Tatum did and more. Everything in the Celtics uniform and more.
No, he didn't. He's not a
And he
first
played
team
an extra
All-Pro.
year.
He's not
And
a
he played
first team
extra
all
year.
pro like Jason
Yeah,
Tatum. is.
well,
No,
would
he
I
isn't.
rather be a first team all pro or would I rather have the Larry Bird trophy, who actually is a Celtic?
I got the Larry Bird trophy too. I got that too. Just so you know.
He has that. He just doesn't have the Bill Russell trophy.
That's
Oh,
all.
that
I
other
got that
Celtics
too.
one.
Yeah, I
The
got
big
that too.
Celtics one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we understand he's
Y'all
not,
be
he's
over-
not
y'all
Bill
be
Russell and Larry
overhyping that
Bird.
Celtics
I
history,
also
bro.
would still take John Havlicek, who I
would
think
take
probably is
Havlicek
also
over
a
him.
superstar. John Havlicek is also a superstar. I probably disrespect him.
Was he better than Dave Cowens?
No.
Dave Cowens used to wear them socks, bro. That shit would trip me
I
out.
ain't talking about the Sox. League MVP Dave Cowens won
Yeah,
NBA
I
championship
think
twice.
as a player, he's better than Dave Cowens. Yeah. I think so.
Is he better than Bob?
You're going
Yes.
way too.
Yes.
Bob got an
you-
MVP.
You play before the shot clock. I keep saying you play before the shot clock. I ain't counting you. I'm sorry.
12 All NBAs.
You play before the.
How many Larry Bird trophies
You
would he
played
have?
before the shot clock. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it.
Saying.
But shout out to Bob Cousy. If I did count it, Bob Cousy would be.
Yo, Bob Cousy was dope.
Bob would be fourth. If I did count him, he'd be fourth.
You gotta watch, like looking at the film, though, he was ahead of his time.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. He was.
Was he better than Twan?
Celtics, your Tatum is.
I don't know
arguably
about
your-
that, Brian. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I don't know.
Relax, Ox. Chill, Ox. Chill out, Ox.
I need to get
Chill.
out of here.
Keep
Hey,
going.
I'm
I'm
just
sorry.
saying.
Right, Ron.
Hey,
Go ahead,
chill.
go
All I'm
ahead.
saying is Twan
Yo,
was a bad
Twan was
motherfucker. boy.
nasty. Chill.
We are not doing this.
Shout out that boy, Twan.
100%. I'm
Hey,
Hey,
shouting
y'all
out
remember when
Twan.
Twan hit
He
the
was
game
nice.
winner and started hitting this one?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Hey, look. Okay, look. This is what I'm saying. So maybe at this point, whatever. We can say Jason Tatum better than Twan, but I will say this: Jason Tatum don't want it with Twan. Like if you go that Twan, this JT,
1-on-1 per 100 possessions.
no, not 1-on-1, but just in the game, Jason Tatum would be pissed if he had to match up with Twan in the 7-game series.
All right, y'all.
Yeah,
Mo
hey,
said,
chill. Twan to eat his lunch,
Mo said,
breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, supper,
and a snack.
dessert.
You know the snacks your mama used to pack and put on the side of your
I'm just
backpack.
not trying to hear none of
Just
this.
in case.
I'm not.
All right, never mind. chill.
Matter
We'll
of
let
fact,
it go.
it's about that time. It's
You
matter
see what you did, Alex?
ran chill off the
Matter of fact,
show,
it's about that
man.
time. I got about.
We've been on
Yo,
for 3
I-
hours and
I-
10 minutes. This is
I-
regular
I see-
time for chill.
I
Stop
see
me.
you lose them all out.
Hey, chill.
Nah,
I'm gonna say, and I'll drink that boy Capri Suns. But all right, Mo said, "Who wins a 3-point contest? Celtics, Shaq, or Lakers, Russ?"
Probably Shaq. For real.
Oh man. Carlos Hernandez said, "I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The best All-Star of all time, or All-Star game, was 2001.
Okay.
Shout out 2001."
Sure.
Carlos Hernandez, yet again, said, "Those Spurs were scary, man. I remember the battles Dirk and Tim had in the playoff, or in those playoff meetings."
If you haven't seen the 06 semifinals, I think it was Dallas versus San Antonio. That's a great series. It's an amazing series.
Carlos Hernandez, yet again, said, "How do y'all think Sasha Vujacic would do in this NBA?"
Really
He wouldn't
good.
play. He wouldn't play.
I don't think so.
Max
I think he
Strus.
would.
Max
Yeah.
Strus.
Or better.
Sasha-
Or better.
Sasha Vujacic. Nah, Sasha was better than Max, bro.
Max,
I'm saying
exactly.
that's what his role would be. I'm not saying who was better and who was,
I mean,
Shout out to
wouldn't he
Sasha-
doing
Sasha-
essentially the
Sasha-
same
Sasha
thing he
had
was
other
doing
stuff
when he
in the game.
played? Hit a
Yeah,
three
probably
and
so.
try to guard somebody.
Sasha was solid on D. Well, he tried at least.
He put it for
He
the
tried.
I'm saying like
Yeah.
Sasha definitely better than Max Strus, though.
Marlon Dews said, "To determine who's in the GOAT debate, do you guys focus on what the player has achieved or what that player was able to do on the court?"
For me, it's about what you did on the court. That's for me. I know the criteria is different for everyone, but for me, it's just how good were you?
It's a little bit of both for me.
And Bill Russell is the GOAT. So
Yeah, whatever.
Carlos
Sure.
Hernandez, yet again, said, "Just out of curiosity, what was Luka's efficiency percentage versus the Hawks last year in the 73-point game?"
he had a 91.2% true shooting,
Mm.
if that's what you're asking.
Good lord.
Damn, Mars, how do you know that like off the top like that?
He just like that, Jordan.
Maybe I
That's
just
AI.
made it
like
up.
that.
Maybe I
Jordan,
just
Yeah,
made-
maybe he just made it up.
Yeah, maybe I just made it up, but I say it with such authority that no one questions it. And then someone will be in the comments like, he actually had a 97.6, but Mars just lied. But I don't get
Jordan.
fact-checked that.
Jordan, you'll see PC Weekend. Like you just ask Mars questions, and it's like you type it in the chat GPT, it just pops out.
Man,
It's
I'm
like,
telling
it's
you,
like these
Mars
Googles.
is-
And AI is bad for the environment. So I'm saying I'm bad for the environment. That's crazy.
Well, that's why you in London or Alabama. Makes sense.
That's better.
Mars probably
10-10.
never been to Alabama before in his life. That's crazy work.
Shout out Tuscaloosa. Ken 10 and the SEC's whack. Ken 10 and shout out to Ohio State for
Oh my God,
taking
Ron,
the national
read the
championship.
chat.
Ken 10 said Markel Fultz still available. 3-and-D ruining careers.
It's also
Or maybe
making
Markel
careers.
Fultz just weak. Everything about
I
that.
think
Oh,
Markel
no,
Fultz is a really
we're-
good player.
Respect
No,
my
Markel
goat,
Fultz
man.
can play.
We still taking Markel number 1 in a redraft, but man, if 3-and-D's ruining
Why?
careers like Markel Fultz, it's also making careers like those 3-and-D guys who probably wouldn't have jobs in different eras because they aren't. the
Y'all
most
talking about
skilled
Markel
outside.
Fultz was really good. He was really good. How come he ain't playing?
I don't know, man.
Because he went to Philly.
I just got cooked. That's crazy.
Because he went to Philly. Everybody
good
get
cook.
mixed up that get to Philly.
He was weak.
Man.
He was weak when he got
Philly
there.
and New Orleans ruining all the good NBA talent. It sucks. Mo with the super chat said, I love the Pistons teal jerseys with the horse.
Mm.
Those were solid. Shout out Grant Hill. We got another super chat from Kareem NYK 2001. He said, Mo is Mars's personal assistant.
Yeah, he been beefing with Mo in the chat. I've been reading it.
And then Mo clapped back. He said, Kareem can't take a joke. Bro was neglected. And then Kareem clapped back. He said, Mo doesn't know ball.
Man, what's up with the clapbacks, Ron?
Hey man, they sending us money, arguing with each other. Cool.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
And then Mo clapped back.
And Ron being messy and messier.
But it wasn't a super chat, so y'all got to actually read the chat, and then you can see what they were saying. But shout out to those two brothers in the chat, standing on business. Ken 10 sent through a super chat. He said Shai is more efficient than Shaq from 2-point range, by the way.
I'm assuming he's saying Shai this season is because he's at 60%.
More efficient
like-
on twos.
Yeah, Shaq for his career is below, obviously, 60%. He has seasons above 60%. He has seasons around 60%. But this is why it comes down to like relative. Yeah, 60% from 2 is better in 2002 than it is in 2024. Because in 2002, teams were shooting like 46% on 2s, whereas today they're shooting 54%. So when Shaq's shooting 60%, he's actually 14% above the rest of the league, whereas Shai's 6% above the rest of the league. So yes, Shai is more efficient in terms of just raw numbers, but the fact of the matter is Shaq 60% was more valuable because of the understanding. And then you also just factor in that Shaq was Shaq. So like
Right.
there's
That's what I'm
that
saying.
too.
Just saying that SGA was more efficient from 2 than Shaq. Like, what does that mean?
But I speak the language of the numbers. I just understand the agendas they try to push, and I just try to
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't want to hear that shit talking about SGA more efficient than Shaq from 2.
It's just disingenuous. It's just disingenuous when people like do stuff like that, in my opinion. So that's what I'm saying.
Shane the artist said Magic has 100% case as the GOAT. Steph better, so ...
I am curious. Like, I don't know if anyone who has Magic as the GOAT actually watches this show, but if they do, I would love to hear like why they have Magic as the GOAT. And also, I would just like in general, I would like to hear people make the argument for Magic as the GOAT, even if they don't believe it. I want to see if there is a logically consistent Magic is the GOAT argument that isn't just like he played center in the finals. Like, I really want to know like what the argument is.
I mean,
if there is an argument that
if there is an argument center in the finals,
cool. If there is an argument that's logically consistent, then I'll concede. If there is an argument that's logically consistent that has Magic as the GOAT, then I'll be like, oh, okay, then there is a Magic GOAT case.
Morris, you do know today Magic could damn near beat Jokic.
What's that got to do with anything? Okay, Jokic ain't the GOAT.
I'm just throwing that out there. Magic could be Jokic plus more.
Ron, respect Magic. Please don't do that.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I'm saying being like a point guard that plays center.
Respect Magic, bro.
Magic is not playing the 5 in today's game.
Why not?
Okay, we don't have time, Ron.
Bobby Portis plays the 5. Why can't Magic play the 5?
That's a good cook right there.
He a 3-4, probably a 4.
Yeah, he a 4.
I'm saying he could play the 5. I'm not saying he would.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
saying-
All that matters is
Hey,
all that matters is that he
Draymond
be
plays
the
the
best
5.
player.
Why can't 6'9" Magic play the 5?
He would be the best player in the NBA today, Ron. That's all that matters.
Masinko said they look like the Flint Tropic jerseys. Shout out to Flint Tropic jerseys.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Shout out to
Never
Flint
seen
Tropic
semi-pro.
jerseys. Shout out semi-pro. And shout out Klay
hell of a
Thompson.
movie. Hell of a movie.
MP13 said Mars is gonna get you guys banned from all events.
I mean, if they banned me, I wouldn't mind. I'm trying not to go out. So
Banned from what?
All because I said San Francisco is homeless. Like,
Well, it is.
exactly. Like, I don't get why I get banned for saying the truth.
It's
Actually,
It's a dirty city.
let me not
with a
say
lot-
that because I've seen Dwight Howard get a call from the NBA for telling the truth too. So I understand. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Mars, don't never be afraid to tell the truth, Mars. Never.
Cheese
Oh, it's
says,
not about
shout
being
out
afraid.
Jay Rich. Classic said
It was his
Anthony
birthday,
Edwards.
like yesterday too. Jay Rich, either yesterday or the day before that.
Classic said Anthony Edwards winning the 3-point contest this year.
Oh yeah, he might be in it. I wouldn't be surprised. That'd be crazy if he's in a 3-point contest before a dunk contest. I know people are gonna be mad as hell about that.
A bunch of F's and a bunch of A's said Ron, the only person to say J. Gilgeous-Alexander. JGA. Shout out my man JGA.
He's also the only person to say the Toronto Raptors, but here's what it is.
That's what they are. Shout out to Toronto Raptors. Masinko with the last super chat of the day. Masinko said 60% player vote, 25% coaches, 15% media.
Just have an award, 100% players, have an award, 100% media, and have an award, 100% coaches. There you go.
All right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see y'all then. Y'all have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good life. See you when we see you.